What's up, everybody? Good morning. Wait, did it skip the intro? No way. I did it again. Oh, well, whatever. I swear to God, I do this so much. Good morning, guys. Yeah, you didn't see the intro, did you? Nobody did? I sit here, went through the whole spiel. The whatever. It's like spooling. Then right when I load up the thing. No. All right, here we go. Wait, hold on. Ready? Okay, hold on. Wait. Gotta do disclaimers first. And we're back. I sat here. I'm listening to the song. I'm rocking out the Rocket Scooter AI song. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I click go live on YouTube. User error. Click go live on YouTube, and then it just sort of like does this, and I switch the tab to start working on something else. What's up, guys? All right, we are gapping down and trading down, and oh my gosh, what's going on tonight? I was watching last night. I was we were busy. We were trying to run errands all day, and I was working on the prop scoring website. Went to a coffee shop for a little bit. Got home, was cooking. Was cooking last night. Me and iDoc were hanging out, and I was watching. I don't know if you guys caught Brad's show last night, but I was watching. So like, I'll have it on in the background while I'm cooking, and my phone was sitting there. He was like, maybe Matt can answer the question. I was like, oh, let me grab it. And then I called him, threw me on the stream. I was so nervous to be a guest on someone's stream. But anyways, we were talking about, market going down and stuff. And he had a really great show last night. If you guys, it's your first time on the morning show because you found us through Brad, welcome to the show. We are the Rocket Scooter team, one of the most watched futures trading live streams on the planet. I'm a live trader doing a 100K to 1 million challenge. I'm taking 100,000 real dollars. In the world of YouTubers being prop traders these days, I'm taking 100,000 real dollars to $1 million live on air. So you guys can watch me do that. As soon as I'm finished with that, the goal is to take half of it out. We teach a method here called account partitioning, and it's how you grow accounts and grow wealth while trading. It's not just throw money in an account, make a whole bunch of money, then take some out every once in a while and buy a Ferrari. You treat trading like a business. You keep your money risk-free as much as you can. You separate out, only trade what you're willing to lose, kind of thing. And normally what I'll do is I'll double an account, and then I'll take half out. Double an account, take half out. Double an account, take half out. Just keep doing that. Once you take half out, that's your starting point. If you fall to half of your starting point, you put that half back in. So use example of 100K. Go to 100K to 200, take out 100. 100K to 200, take out 100. And then your wealth starts to grow, right? And why do that? Right? Why go through the hurdles of doing that? Chad, I'm curious. What do you think? Why would you think that's good practice? Did that even somebody as experienced as me, it's been in the game for a very long time, still does that? Why do you think it's a good idea? Make a little bit, take some out. Make a little bit, take some out. You're not taking, and it's a balancing. You're not taking out like every winning trade or whatever, but what makes you think that's a good idea to do so? Type your answer in chat. I'll give you a moment to think about it. That's this morning's icebreaker. The reason to do that, eggs aren't all in basket. That's a great answer. A great way to say it. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's a great way to say it. That your eggs aren't all in one basket. What that does is it makes sure that what you have at risk or what you have total isn't at risk if you go tilt on a bad trade. So say that you've accumulated like $1 million to your name, and you're finally like, you know what? I'm gonna tell my boss I hate him. F you, boss. Time to quit. I'm a trader now. And you take your little millionsies and you run off, and you're like, I'm gonna be a trader now. And you go open up yourself a Charles Schwab account and load up TD Ameritrade. Put all your money in there. I got it all in there. I'm a trader now. I'm just gonna take out money every month to pay bills, and I'm gonna trade this account that I got sitting there. and I'm gonna make it as a trader. I've made it so far. And one of these days, you're gonna end up in a trade. I promise. It's a guarantee. You're going to end up in a trade that makes you lose like a whole lot. Like of that $1 million, you lost 100 of it. And then you're like, you know, let me just hold on a little bit longer. I've got money in there. It's okay. There's no way I'm going to lose the $1 million in a trade. And that's the first mistake you ever make, is to tell yourself that. It's okay. You know, there's money in the account. We've all, well, I don't know, we've all said it, but when you've got to the level of succeeding as a trader, we've all said it. Like if you sit there with a bunch of pros around the fire, around the campfire, talking about your stories, you're all going to say that, oh God, I've been there before. Like, don't worry, I've got money to lose. Oh, hold on, I gotta reload up. Think or swim. Give me a second, folks. We've all said it. We're like, oh God, every time we all say that, we go, what happened after you said that? You go, man, that made the loss worse. And I wish I wouldn't have said that. That's always the answer everybody has, is they wish they would have never said that. Don't worry, I've got more money in there. I'll hold on a little longer, move your stop, whatever. You get emotional tilt. And what happens is you lose a lot more than you're intending on losing because you have money in there. So account partitioning is a technique that you use to keep your money safe no matter what you do stupidly in the middle of the trading day. Stocks changed yesterday? Is that why it feels earlier? Is it daylight savings time? I went downstairs and it was dark outside. Is that what happened? Look, y'all, I promise you guys I'm smart most of the time. I'm just lately absent-minded. Like I'm kind of detached from the world. I'm sort of enjoying my early retirement. I'm just kidding. I don't really pay much attention to stuff like this. Is that why it feels weird today? I feel a little weird today. I wake up, it's extra quiet. I wake up, it's extra dark. I wake up and it didn't ring to me. Is it spring already? I swear to God, I just took my Christmas tree down. Don't even play me like that, you guys. Chat, you kidding? GG. Well, by next year, I'll probably be senile at this rate. I'll probably be showing up asking you guys what my name is because I forgot it. Well, it was nice knowing all of you. Well, I remember you. Okay, let's load up. Okay, so first of all, we had a huge gap down in NASDAQ. Yes, account partitioning is a really strong technique of risk management. What happens is you trade with only what you're willing to lose, and then once you make some, you take it out. If you make some, you take it out. And the problem that people don't do is they don't have that control. If there's a huge buffer of money in there, say that you only want to lose 5% of your account. If you had 100K, it's 5K. And you put 5K in the account and lose 5K. It's going to feel like 100% while you're trading. You're going to feel differently than if you had 100K sitting there and 95 behind it while you blown up 5. You're going to feel a little bit loose about it. Nah, it's okay. Not a big deal. It's weird. The money that you're not trading with creates two different emotional states. That's weird. Yeah, of course it's weird. And that's really what happens. And that's why account partitioning is important, because you avoid that feeling of, it's okay. I'm going to take more risk. I wasn't intending on trading with this money, but I'm going to let it go ahead and enter the picture, which is what you're basically saying. If you're bag holding a trade past your loss and moving your loss around and dipping into other funds that are sitting there, you're basically telling yourself that those funds, I thought I had done this the other day. Doing my red lines really quick. You're telling yourself, well, I wasn't intending on trading with these funds, but let me go ahead and let them take some heat too, which is the equivalent of you blowing up your account if it was worth 5,000 and then wiring more money in to continue trading. That's exactly what you're actually telling yourself. Doing that. Y'all understand the analogy, right? Imagine you have 5K to your name, and then you go and you blow up the 5K to your name. And then you go beg your mom for some money and she gives you 5K, and you wire it in that after you drive to the bank at 100 miles an hour, you wire it in 5K more, and you bought the dip and you bag hold and it's continuing to crash. And the minute it hits the bank account, you long again. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what you're doing when you have 100K in your account and you only meant to trade 5 and 5 is your limit. And then you move your stop loss and allow it to go down to 10, 15, 20. Because you're like, it's okay, there's more money there. I can survive this. You're basically doing that thing. You're loaning money to, or borrowing money real quick and then rush throwing it into a trading account to continue trades. Money that you didn't have there, money you never intended on trading with, and then now you're trading with it. That sounds really ridiculous when you go borrow the money to wire it as fast as you can. You're like speeding down to the bank, right? But that's what you're doing if you're dipping in the funds that beyond your daily stop. So account partitioning forces you to do that. It forces you to have that daily stop no matter what. And you get a break and you can't tilt. And I've been growing my wealth that way since I learned how to do that early on. Even when I was not good at trading, I was doing that. I was like, you know, whatever I make, let me take it out and put it on the side, because I realized the hardest time I ever had trading was the moment the account was close to zero. That's where it was like, okay, this is where I'm learning the game. This is where I never went back and looked and reflected on, trying to see if there's a red line here. I never went back and reflected on my good days. Like, okay, what can I learn from these good days? I always went back and reflected on that one day that at the end of it, I was like, man, if only I just didn't wake up today. Only if I accidentally slept in today and I would have missed this whole thing. It's always that one day that does all the damage, right? It's never like you look back and your trading account, this is just we always do opening icebreakers here before we get started. It's never like your opening trading account, just, let me show you real quick. Oh, my drawing tool freezes up. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're never just there and you're staring at your trading account and then it just sort of gracefully dwindles down to zero. And you're like, oh man, 100K in there. And after a year worth of trading, it finally made its way to zero. How about that? It slowly lowered itself like landing an airplane. It never happens like that. Your account's never like this. Like, oh man, I'm just not that good at trading. Oh man, I'm just not that good at trading. Somehow I'm just losing money. Nobody's P&L looks like this. This is the weirdest sort of like thing in trading, right? And let me finish the story after I tweet this. I always forget to do this when I always start talking first. Let me let everybody know that we're live. Hold on. I'll give you guys the best trading lessons you ever had. Nobody's trading account looks like this. A year worth of time, you slowly whittle it to zero. If that doesn't happen. All right, 1 second. Let me get my first one little P&L here. What's going on? I made some trades last night, so let me get you guys the skinny on that. All right. The manual lockout button finally was there. Like Top Step's idea. I think it's, I always make fun of these little goofy things. I mean, I guess it's there if you need it. I always joke around that, like, you know, Ninja Trader added a third button for risk management nobody's going to use, but that's just a joke. It's actually a nice feature whenever you're trading to like force you no matter what to do something, and it's kind of nice. But like the joke we always say is, you know, well, you can always close the platform at the top. Yeah, you literally have two different, you know, lockout features already. You have a you have the X at the top right of the screen to close the platform. Then you have the log out button. There's always been a lockout feature. However, I guess it's nice for the prop site. It isn't there for live accounts, by the way. So in my personal account, there is no such thing as a lockout feature. Ain't gonna do that. You kidding? Ain't no broker gonna ever prevent you from trading. You ain't gonna go out there and walk up to somebody at the casino and say, sir, we need you. We're gonna give you some features to let you stop betting. Oh no, we're cutting you off after one drink, sir. They don't do that at the casino, my friends. No, sir. They don't. Yeah, no, that button ain't gonna be there on a live account. They're gonna take their commissions and they can take them. They give you no risk management tools as a day trader. No, sir. That's a prop. That's a prop thing. And they're only putting that there because they're competing with Project X. So. Oh, sir, I'm sorry. We see you're betting too much. Here's some helpful tips to keep you from betting so much. Oh, thank you, casino executives. I really appreciate that. No problem. We're here to help. Definitely not here to. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, though, no, that's a cool feature for prop traders. For real traders, you don't have the feature. It's not in your account. I don't know how much this is today, but this is, I don't know, 24, 4. This is 12, so it's 36, 37, and 6, 43, something like that. Okay, I'll finish my story in a second here. In this environment, there should be no trading pre-market. I'm gonna wait and see what's going on here. The market open. We are at the DD bands or lower, so that's an irrational start already. Okay, let me get this posted here. Every morning, same old, same old. Did you guys have a great weekend? That's another question. Did y'all do anything fun? Tell me what y'all did this weekend. Get my posts done here. Oopsie. It's weird because if it is daylight savings time, my body still woke up at exactly the right time. My brain like knows to be there. Okay, I'll read just chat a second. So yeah, nobody's trading account slowly whittles down to 0 like this. This isn't true, right? You guys that are traders, let me ask y'all. As day traders, you don't blow up a trading account like that, like slowly over time. You're like, oh gee golly, I'm just losing. I'm just a bad trader. I've got a 20% win rate and I just lose, and I lose 3 days, win 1. It's not like that at all. Usually you're like trading like this, and it actually kind of looks like this. Like pretty much everybody, I don't know if this is you. Let me just, quick question. I mean, I've been doing this for a while, but if this is you, like type in chat, A or B. Like, this is a year's worth of time, or a month worth of time. Are you trader A or are you trader B? Like, quick question. A or B? Do you slowly lose your account over time, or is B more like it? Yeah. B's more like it. Yeah, exactly. And so B is like that for everybody, which is why I kind of like pioneered this sort of, and I teach this here, and I know there's other traders that probably do it too. So I hate to say I invented it or something. But I mean, you know, on YouTube, you know, we're the first YouTube stream there ever was for futures in 2016, and I've been live streaming trading since then. And you can go check. Of all the streamers, we have the oldest YouTube channel. But anyways, I've been teaching risk management. That was my shtick. Like I'm teaching guys risk management, and it's these lessons I still bring from then. I've traded this way back then as well. Because you do this, because you don't slowly lose that money, it's important to not just have 100K sitting there and you're like, as the days go by, oh, I'm at 98, oh, I'm at 97, oh, I'm at 96, oh, I'm at 95. It's not happen. You're at like 100, 101, 102, 110, 120, 130, 20. The second day, very next day. That's what happens. And so you take this, you put most of it over there, and you put 10K here and trade it like you normally would, like learn how to rock that 10K, and then once you blow it up, and that stupidity happens, and you got 90K to play with. Hopefully each time you trade, it's like less and less stupid when you eventually blow up. There's a blow up number 2, and then blow up number 3 is like, hey, I stopped myself. And over time, and this is, remember, a very valuable lesson. Okay, I am probably one of the only people you will meet on YouTube streaming that can rock a real account and make money. Everyone out there's prop trading because they can't do it. But once you go from here to here to here, ultimately a winning P&L curve starts to look like that. Maybe not as rocky, but whatever. But you start to grow, because what happens is it's these moments in time that you start. This is where you learn your lesson. You learn how to trade here, here, and here, which 15 years ago, for me, it would have looked like that. Maybe 10 years ago, it would have looked like that. Maybe 5 years ago, it might look like that. And there it'll look like that. What you're getting better at over time is what you do at that moment. And that's where your lessons come from. All your learning in trading is for that moment. That's it. That moment in time. As you get better over time, it's not like your P&L curve does this because you'd like found some magic mystery beans in the stock market. As time goes by, you're just going straight up making infinity dollars. No, what actually you're improving on is the loss side of your P&L curve. That's the part you can control. The amount of money you make in the market, you can't control how much you make. The market controls that, unfortunately. But you control how much you lose. And so account partitioning is the easiest way to night and day tomorrow keep yourself keep your funds protected emotionally in check while you're trading. That's it. Those magic beans blue, they always are, man. And so that being said, you guys understand, a little icebreaker there for y'all. How many people, it's your first day in the stream? When do you add more or size up? Add more to your account, David Weber? Is that your question? When do you add more to your account? So here's a couple of things. Depends on what your goals are. I never add more to my trading account. I've never needed to. But once I started becoming successful at trading, I started becoming successful at other things. The money I made from trading has funneled into other things that make money. Right now, there's another lesson I teach, is that there's no time period in life when a professional trader or a real-time trader like myself ever uses trading money to pay bills. So I never need to make more money. So I never really put more in to be like, let me make some more. If I need to make some more, I'm going to build something that makes more. There's a weird little phenomenon that takes place is once you start making money as a trader, nobody goes, oh, I finally made 3 or 4 million bucks. Let's keep the dice rolling and I'm just going to trade all day and do nothing else. Most people, once they start being good at trading, you know, you don't just like make 100K a year as an engineer or whatever, and then start making 150 as a trader. Nah, I'm just going to switch over for 150 and never do anything again to pay my bills with that. It's not how it works. If you become good at trading, you're making millions, tens of millions. There's no such thing as okay at trading. You're either really bad or really good. So once you're really good, you're going to start to see your wealth growing. You have some way to beat the market. You're growing. You're going to take money out instead of put money in and put it somewhere else. It continues to grow safely. You start realizing that you don't want all your wealth to go away one bad day trading gold. So very rarely what you're going to be adding to your trading account as you're making money. Like me, I'm going from 100 to a million this time. I'm 10xing before I take half out instead of 2xing just for show to do a million challenge. So when should you scale up in your account? Do I think the market consolidates today? I think so. I think it's going to chill out, and we've got a pretty nice range between here and the close of yesterday to play with. You're talking about 200 something points in NASDAQ. This would be a very dangerous and violent trade day, but we'll talk about that when it gets closer to open. Somebody's saying, what's your starting balance? So would you do that for a year before going 10K to 20K? Ah, okay, David, I see what you're saying. Okay. So basically what I thought you meant adding to like your a balance just because you want to risk more. Technically speaking, it's up to you. What I tell people is you want to have something over here that pays your bills, whether it's an income from a job or an income from a business. I have dozens of things I do that bring in money. That pays the bills. So secure that first and then trade with whatever you're comfortable with. And I always tell people, whatever you allocate to trading in total, say your net worth is 10 million bucks and you've allocated 500,000 to day trading and the other 9.5 is other businesses and other things and whatever, properties, you name it. You put 500K into trading. I tell people the best way to go about it is to only use a fraction of that in your account. Say if it's 10%, whatever. And then that's your starting point all the time. And then do that machine forever. Go to 100, take 50 out. Go to 100, take 50 out. Go to 25, put 25 back in. And then you just keep growing this. If you want to put more in, that's fine. But what I do is as I'm growing this, I take more out, put it over here. And then right now I'm about to build a matcha shop and a fitness studio. And so the point is that I'm never really increasing my risk that much by trying to take trading to make more money, trading by going double. But when you're at the starting point of like your career, trying to grow wealth before you have it, it's up to you in that stage. They're asking me what I would do. So at that stage, yes, is that now you're finally making some money. Now you got 50K in the bank. You've been trading with 100, trading with 10. When should I double it up? As long as your bills are paid, then you do whatever you feel is necessary, because it doesn't matter if you lose it all. Your bills are paid. You still got income. You can always get it back. Don't ever add size when that money's still at that phase of paying your bills. When I got first started trading and started making a little bit of money, that was paying my bills for a very little bit of time. Once I started getting good at this, then bills are paid with a whole lot left over. There's no in between where you're just barely making it as a trader. If that's the case, you're just getting lucky, making a lot, paying your bills before you blow up. Once you finally nail trading, you should surpass an average living expense pretty quickly. And usually takes a very long time for many traders. So for whatever you want to do, when you're starting bouts, when you would double your size and take a little bit more out, is once you feel secure that your bills are paid. Because you never want to trade with the means or the mindset of, you know, I got rent due, I got to make $20,000, man, because I got all these bills and I had a bad trading month, man, I got to make a trade this week because I'm going to be late if I don't. And then that mentality immediately will nuke your game. You don't want to think like that, because you shouldn't be trading. Your ultimate goal is to be a place where you only trade when you need to, not because you need to make money. I can't remember how long it's ever been in my life where I've taken money out of my trading account to pay for something. I don't think I've done it in a decade. Money never goes out of this to pay something. It just goes out of this to go into a pot to stay in a pot. And then that pot eventually buys something big, like businesses or properties or whatever. But I'm never like trading with the mindset I need this money. There's so many buffers between the money I need and this. My liquid cash is just there in case I, you know, need something really quick. I got that. So there's layers between here. So to me, this is just fun bucks at this point. So it's only numbers at this point. And that helps you emotionally detach from the trades you're taking, because it doesn't mean anything to you. If I lose 60K or 50K, it's funny when I have those drawdowns, like the trolls like to really go like, oh, look at how much drawdown Matt took. Look how bad he is. They emotionally react because that's a lot of money to them. They immediately reveal their hands of how broke they really are by saying that. I don't feel anything because I can bend down and pluck $70,000 worth of nickels from between my toes. Like it's nothing. Like, oh shit, there's money there, you know, like, oh. So I'm trading within the realm that you guys see of comfort for myself, where I don't feel anything. And whatever size that is to you, make sure when you make your account bigger, that's my answer to that question. Whatever you're comfortably trading with, to where if you lost it all, you weren't crying yourself to sleep for a week. You didn't feel anything. If that's the case, you went too big. But I literally dig in my pocket. I'm like, oh, I got that money here. And again, that's not trying to like show off or anything, but that's saying I'm trading within my comfort level. When you see me take a drawdown, I'm totally okay with that. My rule for this challenge is up to the buffer, which I'm not doing anymore, But up to the, like a significant buffer, like 200 or 300K, I was willing to lose half the account in a single trade. So up to about the 300K mark, I was willing to lose about 150K in a single, not a day, a trade, a single day. And then now that I'm going, I'm not risking any more than maybe 50K total just to keep this going. I need the buffer to have fat to be able to play multiple hands throughout the day to really scale it up. So in a 10x challenge like this, the account's going to look kind of like this until I get a stride going, and then the drawdowns are going to be small. And that's exactly what the P&L curve looks like. It's pretty crafted for this specific challenge. Okay, now let's go ahead and load up some risk intervals on the screen because I want to double check where cat active will be, and we will mark cat active from the gap down. So let me tell you guys how this works. 6650 on ES. So whenever you're doing red lines, you can measure them from here. So 6650, that's going to be what? 74. 74 is your cat active line. Okay. Which 74 though? Oh, here we go. 74. 6674. Because the gap down is considered a move. We recently started teaching this as well. Instead of just marking it from the open, a gap down that doesn't retrace half, so we've had that half gap sitting there, is an anchor point for risk interval to be drawn for a catalyst. So we know our rules we set out when there's a catalyst. So right now there's a cat active on NASDAQ from whatever this is. This is going to be 663. Okay, so let me do this little math here. So this purple line, when a catalyst is active, we don't like to trade below it, and if we do, it's very, 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 very small. What happens is volatility accelerates, and it's a little crazy. 660.84. Okay, minus what is this? 660.84 minus 253.25. I'm going to pretend to do that in my head. I'm too lazy right now. 406.75. And we are like literally. So cat active is right at DD band today. Well, I'm such an idiot. Some of your guys are probably laughing with me. I need to wake up. This daylight savings time is fucking me up. Don't laugh at me. You guys know what the fuck I just did. Oh my goodness. Yes, cat active is at the DD band. I'm like, wow, these are right on the DD bands. Okay, I'm sorry. God, dude, I need to wake up. Here I am, like, spacing out here. Yeah, your cat's a DD band today because that's a risk interval from the close. I'm such a dum-dum. All right. Don't listen to me. I did the math. I reconfirmed that DD bands are one risk interval from the close. Just don't listen to me today. It's probably best that you just log off and tune out and, go about your merry way. Oh my God. This time just get everyone fucked up. I mean, I feel like I'm like one hot smidge away from turning into a werewolf. Something feels weird in the air right now. Yeah, so catalyst is active below DD bands, and we are opening below there. We are gapping down fairly significantly. Remember, we did trade a lower, and I wasn't really paying much attention to the news, but I'm very certain it has something to do with Iran and something. I think oil's probably still rallying very quickly. Obviously, oil has no end in sight. When there's a war in the Middle East, oil is going to go to 150 bucks. You can bank on that. With this rate it's going, there's no stopping it. Whoa, it had 120 last night. And it went down to, Jesus Christ, 20 point swings in oil. That's ridiculous. Okay, okie dokie. Let's double check the news. So every day you're going to get up and make sure you're kind of at par with the news. Hold on. What is this? Right now. Oh. Nuclear threat. Is that what it is? Did Iran throw nuke threats at us over the weekend? Somebody fill me in. I don't go Google it. Over the weekend, was there something I missed? News-wise, that's worth of discussing. I kind of read topical stuff, but making sure I didn't miss anything. Last night's trades, right when we opened, I immediately shorted on NASDAQ. So we gapped down. I had a feeling we were going to gap down because of Friday's close, and obviously we gapped down below monthly hedge pressure. So because of that, I immediately jumped in on the short and just wrote it down about 100 points. And that's where I got my money last night. So 40 whatever K it is. 67.49 S&P, so let's mark that really quick. That's for later. These are high volume pivots. Our algo is going to say support and resistance right when the market opens, telling me where to trade from and where my confluences are. 24.502, perfect. Okay. Yeah, so right when we gapped down, wherever it was, went up to there, I just fired a short, and within 3 minutes I closed out. And again, I wasn't even like, you know, it was here to there, and I was like, I'll take it. 472 to wherever it was. I got like 100 something points on it. Brittany got a DUI. No, that's why the market's selling off. The Dallas Stars lost their 10-game win streak. No. US deployed B-E6 aircraft or something. The aircraft uses to send solar signals submarines that have nukes, which is a scare. Iran has escalated that they won't stop. They bombed some oil facilities. I saw that part, yeah. Is a risk interval 230 points? So it's in the table, and it changes when margin requirements change, David. So you go here, 253.25. So it's a little bit bigger. You have to update every single day. You have to update your knowledge of that, because when the CME group changes margins, those numbers should change. All right, S&P. All right. So today, anything below DD band is going to be considered cat active and sort of avoid the market. It's kind of like a gamble from here, whether it goes up or down. We are going to be basically 70 something points of gap on S&P, which is a massive gap. Half gap being also far away, that's going to be a really strong pivot. So use your resiliences today. If resilience is nice and strong, we got a gap fill play. If resilience is nice and weak, half gap is a resistance play. I'd like to say that, you know, the market has normally been bad in US hours when it does this in Asia and Europe. So it's not been common that Asia and Europe have traded up and US has also traded up. It's very common that once US gets their hands on the market dies when we're trading down like this. So I'm not looking for this to be my generational wealth long. Wait, Trey, what's up? I didn't check my DMs. I haven't checked my DMs. No, I didn't catch up. I still gotta read them. So believe me, I haven't read it yet. Today I'm gonna read it. Somebody said we're getting drafted. Are we all right? There we go. All right. Well. Morning, guys. Hey, do me a favor. Smash that like button while you're sitting here. It's the first thing you do. And sub to the channel if you haven't subbed to the channel before. I'm excited to get closer to the million. What? Oh. Try this really quick. Alrighty. Whoopsie. Okay, I got it. It's all set up here. All right. Now we're kicking with gas. Let's go. Okay. All All right, so today's opening move, obviously, I don't like to think of anything other than what's nearest in front of my face. This opening move, obviously, DD band to close is going to be the range I think we're trading in. With sort of recovery like this, I'm not in the boat of thinking, yeah, you know, we're probably going to continue to sell off, but we can. Like the moment the market opens, it's an absolute coin flip, whichever way it goes. No need for any of you guys to take abnormal amounts of risk. There's going to be plenty of opportunities to trade this crazy crash market. If we start trading lower lows, I'll go out and dig out some red lines to figure out where lower lows could be. Again, usually when we trade lower into Asia and Europe like this, now we've been kind of like rallying since Europe, so might be a little mixed bag, but normally when you're trading down in Asia and Europe and the market sort of recovers a little bit, we usually open and keep selling. It hasn't been too many days since December, or probably since October, where we've seen Asia up, Europe up, and then America up, when they basically have just been like this kind of choppy, sort of volatile flat market. So I'm not thinking, okay, this is the big long I'm going to miss out on. I'm telling myself I don't think we're going to fill that gap today. So that's my first thought. I'll set up here to trade. Everything looking good? Okay, good. All right, get all set up here. To half gaps and half gaps. I'll keep you guys informed on what this is, but this could be the start of the big sell-off. So no need to be in any hurry, like you're missing out on the investment opportunity of a lifetime. When war happens, the market becomes extremely volatile, and you're going to get opportunities, God, so many of them, to trade this. So VIX sort of like back in a good spot. So we have a gap on VIX as well that hasn't been filled. Red line isn't really that interesting. What was that from? Hold on. We're gonna remove that. So essentially, in 1 minute, it's just a freaking coin flip, whichever way it goes. I'm gonna use my resilience to kind of give me that info. At 30 seconds till market opens. Let me prepare all my accounts. Set all my targets here. Okay. We're opening up at MHP. All right. MHP on NASDAQ pushing up a little bit. 502 is a resistance target. That is a short setup play. If there was one, that is 100 points off of the open there almost. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Resiliences are way negative. Okay. Right. That's exciting to see. Okay, so I'm waiting for my data to come through. I'm gonna make a decision right off of that. Guys, hit the like button. Do me a favor. First thing you do when you get here. As you've noticed, team, I'm gonna let you guys know, hit that like button. We are giving away fewer and fewer accounts to the community because you're not hitting the like targets. There was a time earlier in the year when we were giving out 15 prop accounts every single stream. Now I'm giving away like 3 or 4. If you don't hit the like button, we're gonna have to give you less and less and less. So first thing you do, hit the like button. The first thing you do. 100-point bump up in NASDAQ. Should I take the short off of MHP though? That's still 100 points in here in DD band. What do we think? What do we think? I'm gonna hold off for now until I get all my data coming through. Positive resilience NASDAQ, negative resilience S&P. So there we go. Below MHP, this is resistance target. This is a BRSU, so 6692 is a short set up. Had to refresh your maps. Yeah, I had to do the same thing. All right, so NASDAQ is sort of like... Okay, so it's competing pressures today. Resilience has support from here to here. Has support from here through there. Everything looks pretty decent for a NASDAQ breakthrough. S&P, the opposite is true. S&P is resistance from here and resistance from here, like basically mild resistance. So, do I take a short setup right here at MHP though? MHP resilience is somewhat okay. All right. Let's take a small one. Just a small one. Back down to the regular MHP. Why not? Just take a tiny one. 4 contracts, giving it light. Back to open. Resilience isn't negative though. Back down to open. Take that scalp there. Close it out. Not bad. MHP res is greater than 0, so it's gonna try to bounce there. That was 3,000 bucks on that. You think it'll close the gap first before the short? No, if it closes the gap or rallying, it would be the half gap. So if the market goes up, it'll be half gap that becomes the resistance target. If it would be the weirdest thing to cross through those half gaps. So 67.12 in this current climate. Oh, I'm gonna tick right here. Okay, let me listen really quick. It's 67.12, which is your half gap on there, and NASDAQ was 548. That's basically it. Same spot. All right. So the question is, how are our conditions doing? 36 on DD ratio. Everything's bearish there. Let me load this up. Yeah, I think selling off from here still. And we're right on the cat active line. So if we dump through here, then the market's gonna just shut on itself all day. Clearly bear zone, 670 is that level on NASDAQ for bear zone resistance for the longer term, 670. My little longer term target there. S&P turns out to be 27,000 profits so far on the day. I took that initial short on that little bump there. I'm still just kind of being kind of chill for now. It's my SPY monthly maps. There we go. Okay. 67.18. Yeah. So we're still in bear territory, both on the monthly scale, also below MHP on S&P on the daily scale, on the daily scale. This is pretty much a bear setup if there ever was one. Now with NASDAQ resilience being negative and S&P resilience negative, it's best case scenario. It's resistance from here and resistance from there. This is all resistance. It's selling off. Yeah, selling off from here. Well, selling off from here, guys. Dump City. Dump City. Don't you be 6-7ing me. Don't you be doing that. It is not looking good today. So from here, Nasdaq, I don't think is going to have the power to break through MHP. I think that this resistance is really strong. We open below MHP. We're likely to close below MHP 90% of the time with the confluence. Confluence is practically somewhat not there, but it's at 0. So I'll say about 70% of it, 74% or whatever it is, time we hit this and reject and sell off. S&P hit that reject and sell off. Yup. That's it. Negative resiliences now. So half gap is the high of the day. 550. We're not breaking through that. 67.12. We're not breaking through that. Good deal. Yep. Open and leak. Now I don't like the short down here, but it's pretty much likely what can happen. So it's still too volatile. You're getting 100-point swings at the open. No, you know, you don't have to really try too hard on this one. Couple of contracts is all I need to do. Easy as that, man. So we're good. All right. I like it. Now the problem is that lower DD band is going to be there's going to be some pivoting from here, but yeah, it's probably dumping today. Let it fall, baby. Let it fall. Let it fall. Let it fall. I'm gonna give it my all. So we're now in cat active level in S&P. Yeah, it's just gonna dump from here. All indications are there for a dump. Good deal. Yeah, like I said, I can be chasing no longs here like I'm missing out on some generational trade or something. The CEO of Atlas Survival Shelters claims that 2 senior Trump admins are inquiring about nuclear shelters. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, normally I don't short below DD band, so I'm not engaging in this, even though I feel like it's going to come down. I did take that one short with 4 contracts and close out on the scalp. It's going to get volatile between these 2 levels. So just let it. Boy, that market's holding on. Okay. Now the question is, opportunistic longs, what can you do? The only long op is to bet that we don't have a catalyst when we survive. What I would do if I was a bull, I wouldn't attack it from here now. I'd attack it from here later. Like, if I was a bull, I would give it hours to do whatever it's gonna do and attack it long on the reclaim after a sell-off. So from here, where I need to confirm a bull setup needs to be higher than this. And we need to see resilience go positive with the white line, which indicates a gap fill. I'm gonna hold that 24,550 level going higher. How many people here are shorting this? And how many people are long this? Type in chat, are you short or you long? What's your play? I wouldn't be longing from here. I'd let it sell off and then change its mind a couple hours from now. Jump in. You guys are so smart. I think so. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm asking you guys. Y'all seem to be smart. Sit out short. Sit out short. Had a couple longs in there. Y'all seem to have some sensibilities about you. That Sinister Scalper has a good plan. He's playing the long game here, so a lot of you guys are short. Okay, short. Looks like y'all have a bet on this war still going on. So yeah, I would say that, remember, short trades. What have I taught you guys about shorting? I can't tell you how to trade your trades, but what have I told you about shorting? Are you holding on to a short all day long in climates like this? Or are you just holding on for it to go to lower lows? What's strategy when it comes to shorting? At least my strategy. See what you guys know about me. In and out as much as you can. Right, because the moment Trump tweets something like, we worked it out, there's a ceasefire, we go up 6% the moment the tweet hits the headlines, and then we go up another 5% once traders figure it out. Be very careful, like, you know, like I said, remember April 10th, right? Be careful like that. You need to basically, any moment that you're in a short, be afraid to be in the short. As close as fast as shorts fall, it's easy to be in and out. Get your 100 points, get your 50 points, get your whatever. As much as you... Right. The minute you hear the word ceasefire, or we're talking it out, or Iran has agreed to a deal, or has agreed to talks, or has agreed to have a meeting about when to make a meeting, about the final meeting, doesn't even matter. Any whiff, any smell, any scent of a possible into this thing will spring up into the air so fast your stop losses won't even trigger, but like hundreds of points away. So be careful. While shorting in environments like this, you're essentially walking out into a lightning storm, pushing a shopping cart that you just went to the golf store and you bought a bunch of golf clubs. You got a cart full of metal that you're pushing in the parking lot, and lightning zapping around everywhere. Any moment in time. So get to your car quick and get in, load that shit up, drive off. Don't stand around the parking lot too long. Not trying to scare you guys, but I'm telling you, and it's not today. At the point of where it's not today, it's more like the quiet days that you're going to want to be scared of, but just be careful. In general, when markets fall, they fall in waves. So get your wave, let it move. Get your wave, let it move. Get your wave, let it move. Until that happens, which can be now, next week, or never, it just means don't be in a situation of like, I'm all in short, let me go get a sandwich. I forgot to put a stop loss. I'm too lazy to walk back to my computer. Treat it like that. Treat it like never take your eyes off of it while shorting a market like this based off of catalyst war-based stuff. The ghost of tacos past. Right. It's always should be in the back of your mind that you should never not be prepared. Never not have stops in. Never take your eyes off of it. Never not have the news open. Never not have Truth Social open. The social media site nobody uses. Except for when Trump is president, then you have to use it. Has anybody here ever made a truth before? Have you ever truthed on Truth Social? Are y'all active on that site? The closing price looks too high on QQQ. Let me double check mine really quick. I'm not sure. Are you the only one that's experiencing that? Let me double check. QQQ 600 close. About 600. Let me load it up really quick. No, that's right. I'm not really sure. You might have some caching thing going on, so maybe clear your browser cache or something. Be caching old data and just glitched out. Try switching tickers back and forth and see if it triggers something. Or try deleting the line and then letting it redraw it. You made your one truth. Like, is anybody here? Anybody use this thing? Okay, so on the way up, it looks like we have, let me get some retrace targets here. Like I said, why am I not shorting this? Even though I said short, I did make the one little short there, but you guys will know me so well that your buddy Matt does not like to short below DD band. I like to short off of things like MHP below it. Like that scalp I did, that's the extent of what I like to do. this type of environment. There's gonna be millions of opportunities to trade this. There's your halfway point right here. And those lows on the S&P there. Like I said, remember, in volatile markets, it's gonna bounce all over the place. You can get opportunities. Never see like red, 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 let me jump in, I'm gonna miss out on the short. It's never like that at all. It's like the S&P just popped, you know, 15 points. You're gonna get plenty of opportunities to find setups here. Now, resilience just dropped even further on this last couple of candles. So this is another short entry here. Again, I have rules that I don't short below DD band. That's literally my rule. In markets this irrational, there's plenty of opportunities to play this. I don't have a long setup. I have nothing to long from down in here, so I'm not really doing anything. I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be a little cautious from here. And like I said, anything can happen. The minute the market gets a whiff of some kind of thing, it could just bounce really high. Further higher short setups that I have are those half gaps that I mentioned earlier, which will probably not break above. Like I think this is the start of a big sell-off wave for the next couple of weeks. We're kind of below everything on the longer term scale. DD ratio is less than half, and bear zone top is here at 670. So 670 is your longer term resistance on the Nasdaq. 67.17 is longer term resistance on the S&P as well. So it almost looks identical across. It's kind of neat how identical they look, right? And all the algos confluence flags have flagged to resistance as well. Nothing really is showing us support. So I've got everything to play off of. Like from here, MHP is another short scalp for 60 points back down to DD. I might take that one more time. Hit that like button. Thanks for streaming and sharing with you guys, youngster traders. Of course, of course, of course. Of course, I owe it to this world to demonstrate good trading skills, good comedy, good times, good fun, good anything. All right. Okay, I'm framing for another short in a little bit. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. Get those likes up, friends. Oh, no impact line. Interesting. I'm just going to estimate that anyways, and there's not technically an impact line. It's going to kind of draw where I think that would pivot anyways. It's so crazy to see 70-point candles in NASDAQ, right? Whenever you're just looking at the chart, it doesn't look like much because it's not to scale, right? This is wacky, very wild. 70 points up and down, 353 to 400. God, like 60 points, 50 points, 70 points. 40 points S&P in the last since open on the hour. Dude, you're the man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Got the account. I think this is the highest of the account has been for the challenge. I think 600K is. I don't know if we've actually passed 600 mark, but we're almost there. The manual lockout feature is available on Trade of 8 prop. Not every firm has initialized it though. Take profit it's there. Fun index is not there. Interesting. Okay, guys, we are in the midst of continuing to sell lower and lower and lower. How do you get my indicators? Hey, the code, what's up? Go to the Discord. All right, go to the description of this video, and there's a link to Rocket Place, which has all our stuff on it. The Pro Plus is what you want. It's the platform with the tools, with confluence, and the training. The algo will flip polarities based on what the different confluences are. See how it says resistance here? It's resistance there. Resistance there, it's resistance there. These words will shift, and we teach you what all this stuff means. And how to read liquidity maps as well. Need to add a 4-hour streamer to your team, a 4th streamer. You need a blow up king, the master of undisciplined trader, someone who blows up 20 accounts per day. I think you get lots of viewers. All right, which one of you knuckleheads wants that job? I know that's half of you here. Who wants which one of you guys is the blow up king? Everyone's here is like, bro, somebody's gonna pay me to do this? Okay. That's the easiest one you ever made. Oh, I know. So normally, I know it's gonna be pretty boring for today. Normally below this green line, I don't usually trade a lot. Unless I have conviction that the market has a bounce point to bounce up, I can take longs. I don't have any conviction. So to me, this is mostly sitting out. I'll attack it with some props. But on the challenge account, it's too rich for my blood. London session streamer, that's the next we're gonna have. We're gonna hire London sesh. Full confluence to the downside. Everything's down. Everything's pulling back. You guys almost peer pressured Brad into doing an all-nighter. Yeah, I remember. He's like, you guys want me to stay another 30 minutes? And everybody's like, yeah. And even me, I'm like, yes, please. I was cooking some makeshift jambalaya. We were repurposing some old pasta. We had all this stuff in the fridge. There was like a bag full of like cooked spaghetti. We made so much we couldn't get rid of all of it. And IDOC's like, we gotta do something with spaghetti. I was like, you know what? Let me makeshift some jambalaya, but instead with rice, we'll use the spaghetti noodles. I've never had it before. So they were already cooked noodles. Normally when you make jambalaya, you cook the rice and the tomatoes. Almost like Mexican rice. It absorbs all the flavors. So what I did was like, I made my stew, the vegetables, the spices, the tomato, all that stuff. And then I threw the pasta in it. I cooked the pasta in it briefly. Just to get up some of the flavors, and I took it out. Then I made my cream sauce. So I was like grilling some sausage and grilling some chicken. We didn't have any shrimp though, but normally I do chopped chicken, sausage, shrimp, okra. It's good stuff. Tomatoes, peppers, onions, some celery. Sometimes celery, sometimes depends on who likes that. I like it. Good stuff. So I was outside grilling some andouille sausage. And I heard Sir Darb was like, when is the circuit breaker? Well, let's ask Matt. Maybe Matt can call in and I can get him on the stream. I was like, I was in my barbecue, just like grilling some sausage, pull my phone up. A Rocksuit Trading Lounge in Houston. A buddy of mine was trying to open a trading themed coffee shop. That was one thing he's trying to do. Oh, that's a cool idea. I'm gonna ask him what's up with that. He was looking for investors. He pitched it to me. I thought it sounded like a cool idea. like a lounge for people that work and trade. Like a coffee shop on crack where you would have like people set up camp all day to work. Is my buddy named Hugo? All my buddies are named Hugo. That's the requirement to be my friend these days. All right, you see how volatile it is down here? Why I don't jump in and chase shorts below the band? Because you're gonna get a lot of flip-floppy. We're moving up and down, you know, very rapidly here. Conditions haven't changed or haven't really improved. Let's double check where some of the stocks are though. Nvidia is a bear long up with resistance at 177, so this is gonna probably bounce up and trade down one more leg. AVGO solid with liquidity pocket. Amazon selling off. Apple's solid with liquidity pocket as well. Microsoft is solid with the BSC hold. So believe it or not, some of the tech stocks aren't as bad as you want them to be. Now some of them are horrible. Tesla's just ass today. So kind of a mixed bag, but I'd say most of it is not bullish. I can read those very quickly if y'all wanted to go back and slow down the video and see what I was saying. I'm reading this while I'm looking at them. This is telling me the direction of each one of the stocks. So when I go through and do that, I'm doing it quick. Like Nvidia is bullish from 175 and then bearish from 177. I've got this thing memorized. So Nvidia is like, this is the high of what's expected on Nvidia. It'd be rare for it to keep going. That's the rarer case. The expected case is to hit this and continue staying pressured down, but there's very strong support here on Nvidia, as you see. So it's kind of trapped in a non-bearish sort of setup. This is a bullish setup. The arrows are green. So I look at Nvidia and I say, okay, Nvidia is bullish, right? I go to AVGO and I say liquidity pocket. This is bullish. This is not bearish either. This one right here. Amazon has broken through MHP. This is very bearish for Amazon. You see how that red arrow is down there. On Apple, liquidity pocket, which again is bullish with MHP support. So Apple's actually surprisingly bullish as well. Microsoft, surprisingly bullish. So you're getting some decent setups. Meta, trash. Right? Tesla, same thing, trash. Google, sort of like not the best, but not actionable. Google has no pivots nearby. It's sort of just floating in a bearish resistance. Google can move to 300 and sell off, right? So Google is more like floating in no man's land with no actionability. Not bullish, but not bearish from there, bearish from higher. Google, same thing, bearish from higher, but with supported MHP. So it's like, okay, the stocks aren't there's some terrible ones, but there's a lot of okay ones, which is interesting. Which is probably why we're not crashing out the door. Every pop automatically wicked. Yeah, I think that's basically the case today. And with the catalyst active, first time, resistance 1, resistance 2, resistance 3, each time that we've touched it, your resilience indicator has become less strong. So each time you've gotten close to the open, it's a weaker and weaker resilience. It means more and more and more stocks are starting to kind of turn and sell off. S&P, same thing, it's getting worse. So there's nothing really saving this from here. I think if I get one more pop up to here, I'm going to short the shit out of it again. Not from here, I'm going to short it. But same trade as earlier. If this somehow goes to here, like this area, I'll short it one more time. I hate chasing into shorts at lows, even though things look bad. Those indicators are below 0. This is resistance. This is resistance. So that's why I did that opening short earlier with 4 contracts. I think that was worth, I don't know, $3,000-4,000 wasn't a lot. Whoa, there's a whole new lineup today. Mr. Zink, Magnus is going to be on the stream today. Leo Invest, Methodical Man, and me. So I wonder where everybody else is. Some new folks in the My Funded TV show. Right. I got my puts, baby. MHP line is calculated from, so how it's done is we have a server computer array that pulls in options data. We watch the options data in real time. We filter the options data for dealer options. We have a kind of proprietary method on how to do that. And then we take the maximum gamma exposure of dealer exposed options. So their options will be hedged to neutral. And therefore, this is the maximum gamma exposure. That MHP is one of the strongest pivots you're going to see. And when you get close to it, you're going to see a volume spike just across the board. So you can find an example of that. Or volume's going to fall apart when you break through it. So I remember, here's Amazon. When you break through monthly hedge pressure, you can see volume sort of like doubles, right? Like not the scale, but right here. When you get close to it, volume just starts to amplify like crazy. Because it's all your dealer activity is sort of congested there. So it's the actual dealer gamma flip point. And we're the only people in like retail software that has dealer gamma. So it takes a lot to be able to calculate every options analyze. So to calculate if every single option that's traded belongs to a dealer or not. We have a way of doing that pretty accurately. What's up, Rod? Good morning, good morning, good morning. The minimum number of days, if it's on MFFU, 50K. Let me look really quick. Okay. MFFU 50K. Ooh, wait, hold on. Oh, I'm getting a trade. Hold on. Do I want to take that in MHP one more time? Two contracts. Here. 5 contracts there. Give me MHP, baby. A little bit of movement there. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't hold. Sorry, MHP. Sorry. It's from the eval side. Consistency is 50%, so it's 2 days on eval. Yeah. Oh, actually, no. NQ monthly res is actually greater than 0. I don't like this trade that much after all. Maybe get a fan of that. Pretty big move there. Let me grab in some props too. When you're shorting, baby, all you gotta do is be patient. Just be patient. You'll get something. You like my puts, baby? Look at that. Thank you. Thank you. $7,000. Fuck yeah. I'm telling you, look at that. $7,000 in 30 seconds. God, I'm the best to fucking do it. Let's go! I'm just kidding. I was actually going to get my guitar so I could come and start headbanging with you guys. You know you do. God, I'm such a sweat at this. I know, bro. Don't play video games with me, dude. I'm so fucking sweaty too when it comes to games. How crazy is that? I was literally gonna get my guitar and I was coming to headbang for you guys. But it's in a case. No, I'm gonna play getting it. I'm on a win streak, win streak. Oh, like I literally shorted across the board and all my stuff, all my props, everything. I love it. See what I'm saying? When it comes to shorting, just wait. Just wait. You see how I say I'm in and out? I waited, took the trade, took the whatever. God, that was like so quick, right? Oh, one of my take profit accounts at the 10K maximum. Oops. Whoopsie. I'm kind of babysitting my balances on my funded next. So I didn't hit it in all my take profits, just 3 of them. So here I'm trying to make like 25 to 3,000 each time just to get to the payout every 5 days on these legacies. I'm on a win streak, win streak. Again, in and out, same trade 2 times in a row. Now I can be done for the day. I don't have to do anything else. How much was this today? Let's see ChatGPT add it up. Bro, when I play video games with me, I'm so sweaty. Not as bad as I used to when I was a kid. I was like ragey sweaty. I mean, I was competitive. I used to compete. I played Halo at MLG for a couple years. I went to a couple of MLG tournaments. I wasn't like the best, but in my head, I was the best. I was like mid at Halo. It was bad though. Now the Titanfall, that's a whole different story. $66,000 P&L today. Full deal. So take profit automatically locks you out if you make 10K in a single account. Done for the day, done for the day. What was my gamer tag? Back way back in the day. On now, or what was it back then? It's my gamer tag is this. Menace with 2 A's. That was me. Or on Xbox, I would change it around Menace something. It's always Menace something. Or sometimes Jibril, which was Arabic for Gabriel. That's my son's name, by the way. And then so sometimes it was that, and sometimes it was like Menosage was the other one. Oh yeah, somebody remembered the Menosage. Well, it was like spelled like this. Yeah. So my buddy's name was so I thought it'd be funny to call because it was Menace, and then I was like, my friends always call me like, well, let me tell you. So it was Menace, right? And then I would have like, oops, like put letters and numbers at the end of it. And then like it was like Menace A B C D E F G. So then this became Menosage. So like man sausage, like man sausage. So for the longest time, my buddies call me Menosage. They remember the story. We used to play Halo. My friends and I, we live in an apartment in Sugar Land. This is around I got out of college. And this is back in the day before Xbox Live was a thing. So we had Xbox Ones, and we ran a Cat 5 from, you know, the one, I forgot the name of it, the one where the cables are flipped. What the hell is it called? It's a special kind of Cat 5 that communicates between two Xboxes. You can hook them up switch it to Xbox Connect. You guys remember that? And we would play Xbox with each other with a cable, not System Link. It was a there's a type of Cat5 cable that is crossover cable. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. You put a crossover cable to hook your Xboxes up to a local network, and then you can play Xbox Connect, which would connect over the internet and play with other people. So we would basically like, there was a cable out my door, down the hallway, and into their door, and we would just play Xbox all the time. So my buddies' names were, they were all Aggie graduates. They were some country boys, and we had a clan called the Hee Haw clan. So my buddies were like Hee Haw the Donk, Hee Haw the Deezy, Hee Haw the Dookie. They used to make different names all the time, but Hee Haw the whatever, and Man Osage. That was the name of our little clan. We're talking like 2006, boys. This is like that long ago. Those are the days. My buddy was a good cook, one of them, and so he'd always be like, he's like, yo, bro, I'm making like my famous like, you know, chicken and sausage pasta. It was this thing that they always cook, and he's like, come on over, dude, we're gonna play some Halo. We're all sitting around, drinking beer, playing Halo, all in the good old days. The Hee Haw clan, yeah. So that was it. But they all called me. They would always go Menosage. So technically my gamer tag was Menosage, but now it's just Menace with 2 A's on anything on Xbox or anything on whatever. You know, speaking of gaming, I don't know about you guys. I know this is like unpopular opinion, but I'm kind of bored with Dark Raiders, and I don't know what it is. And I feel like there's this wave on the internet of everyone else saying the same thing. Like, I don't know what it is, but I was like addicted to Arc Raiders for so long, so quick. And after like I did the expedition, started over, like I played maybe a couple days, and I'm like, there's like no in-game content. It's just like essentially just log in PvP and it's fun. But then after some time, then you realize the PvP is just not as fun as other PvP games. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's slow, it's clunky. As fun as it was, like to have that style of game, I can't wait for the next Arc Raiders style game to come out. Marathon was trying to be it. That actually has good combat mechanics. Like, can we get an extraction shooter that feels like Apex Legends? Then I'll be into the PvP there. That'd be kind of cool. But just the clunky weirdness of Arc Raiders was like the PvP is fun, but it gets old pretty quick. Yeah, so I'm like, it's like, it just hit me like a rock. Like one day I was like, man, I'm so bored with this game. Log in, I know all the loot routes, log in, collect loot, leave out, fight some people. I'm like, Marathon I heard is like super hard. I've never played that. I might give that a shot. It just looks so ugly. Yeah, the in-game content's like only PvP. Yeah, 100%. Well, that's all that I did was like for the first couple weeks, it's just addicting to like log in, run into Stella, and just start shooting everything you see move. But it's probably because the rewards are so quickly achieved and you're not grinding anything out. You know, like other PvP games, like when I used to play MMOs, you're grinding out like PvP points and it takes like months to get your next piece of gear or something, you know? Like there was a reason in PvP because there were stakes to it. Now it's like, you're just killing somebody for the sake of killing. Why not play any other first-person shooter at that point? You don't need an extraction shooter. To just launch, just load up and just play Rivals or play anything. So anyways, I'm getting bored with it. But it was so fun when I first like the first go around, it was like, oh god, this game is amazing. But I think the last round of arcs they put out just became more annoying. Marathon does look bad, right? It looks really bad. The design is just... Mascot Arc's gonna be bigger than Fortnite now. This... I know, I remember. I was like, this is gonna be bigger than Fortnite. But then it's... I think the last update was like, they're taking away from the in-game content. PvP is the in-game content. And all the things that they're adding are like PvP oriented. Like to craft the more gears, you have to kill more robots. They originally designed this game to be a PvE game, and then they decided it was going to be boring, so they were like, let's make it an extraction shooter, kind of like that Tarkov game. Then they redesigned it, and then it was huge. And then now they're like, okay, let's add patches to make it more of a PvE game again. They should have a shop, a cash shop, that allows you to buy the best attachments, the best weapons in the game with points you get from PvPing. You know what I mean? And then a ranking system, like you get more points by killing somebody that's higher ranked and less points by killing somebody that's lower ranked. You lose more points if somebody lower ranked kills you, and then you have like that kind of system. Oh, that'd be exciting. See, I fixed the game already. Even Peanut said the game is getting stale. Oh, yeah, like it's just kind of like it's so fun, but then you get to the end and then it's just repetitive. Yeah. An open map fantasy extraction shooter, swords and bows and armor instead of guns and stuff. That'd be kind of dope. Like a huge open map though. Yeah. You should be able to pay for loadouts better than free. Yeah, I think so, right? What's this arb move? Yeah, so typically when you see an arbitrage move like that, you're going to open up the bottom chevron and go to the events feed and see which stock have broken up half gap. So both Google and Nvidia have led to that potential. So from here, you can see that in the last couple of minutes, we're going to load up Google, Nvidia. So Nvidia on half gap break is what's creating that possible potential. And then Goog as well. So that's where both of those are coming from. Live from the screen, 3 a.m. EC. Let's go. My DD bands bring all the traders to the yard. Ballin' just so fat they squeezing through the Discord. Damn right, they're thicker than a 50-lot order. I could teach ya, but I'd have to charge. My DD bands bring all the traders to the yard. Volume drying up, now they begging for the card. Damn right, they cleaner than a level 2 charter. I could teach you, but I'd have to charge. I know you want it, the setup that makes grown men quit their jobs. The kind of place that got the whole TL yelling, ain't wait for me, boss. I see you stalking, refreshing every tick like a fiend, watching me print while you're stuck in a 9-to-5 dream. I can spot the fake out from a mile on the dime. One look at my risk reward and they all start to swarm. I stop so tight, my heart so obscene. They pay for the stream just to watch me turn red to green. Edge can't handle all this heat. Your drawdown looking like a 22 repeat. I think it's time that you retreat, cause my P&L curve too sweet. My DD bands bring all the traders to the yard. They losing their minds when the squeeze finally starts. With conditions like this, the short becomes less strong. Doesn't mean it's not there, it just becomes less strong. They should put bounties on people that down other raiders. Yeah, well, I think that like other games, you know, my favorite type of game. Again, this is what made Arc Raiders so much fun for me. One of my favorite games I ever played was Ultima Online, like in the late 90s. Ultima Online was an MMO back before MMOs became like hand-holding PvE games like World of Warcraft. So, and like back in the day, imagine Ultima Online is like the extraction shooter concept. Whatever you're carrying on you and someone kills you, they could take it from you. No matter what, your best gear, your best whatever, the minute you're in town and someone kills you, the guards will kill them. But out of town, somebody kills you, it's theirs. But the more you would kill people, if you would kill somebody every 10 hours, you would get like a mark off. So if you killed more than like 5 people while you were marked as a murderer, then your character would change. And if you walked into town, your name would be red and guards would kill you on the spot. So every 10 hours or so, one of those counters would come off. So you can only kill like up to 5 people in a rolling so many hour, 10-hour period. And so the idea is that there was a risk to becoming a murderer or killer. Then there was a higher stake for you to leave. Oh, come in, babe. Ooh, you don't have to make me breakfast. Thank you. Thanks. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. Thanks, baby. Oh, I was looking for that. Thank you. Appreciate that. How you feeling?
Okay. Guys.
So, did you ever play Ultima Online or any of the old MMO games, EverQuest or World of Warcraft or any of those older ones?
That country count?
That country game.
That country game. You guys know what I'm talking about. In the 90s, there's like that country grain.
Crunchy Grains? Crunchy Grains.
The country game.
Are you talking about Oregon Trail?
Yeah.
The hell are you talking? Oregon Trail? Bro, girls went back to like the 80s, man. I was like, she's either talking about Red Dead 2 or Oregon Trail. There's only 2 answers to that question.
Red Dead 2 came out in 2018. Definitely wasn't what I was talking about.
Oregon Trail, the MMO, yeah. They need to make Oregon Trail the movie. I would watch that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would be so gory.
This summer. Oh no, Mabel died of dysentery. Waiting, it's like like a bear comes out of the water and they're like, we got this. Oregon Trail, the movie.
So what was your point? What MMOs were you guys talking about?
I was talking about Ultima Online because I was talking about how Arc Raiders is getting boring already.
Oh, because it's like the same thing. It's not stimulating enough for you.
It's not, yeah. Once I figure something out, I want to do something else.
It's more like you got really good at it, and so there's not really anything challenging for you after you got all your guns.
I have so much fun going in there and finding somebody that just started the game and just showing them something they've never seen. I'm like, hey, let me show you all the cool loot spots, and here's a bunch of like loot. Take it with you. They're like, whoa, thanks, mister. That's cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm bored.
You're gonna create an online course for that too?
Yeah, I should sell tips on how to on the best grind loot spots in Arc Raiders. Oh, another bump up to monthly hedge pressure. Could I take that short a 3rd time this fall? I don't know, man. I think for now I'm gonna chill. Thanks so much, babe. Appreciate it. So Ultima Online, right? Giant MMO. You killed somebody. What happens is if you killed somebody, you can loot them completely. So the thing is that if somebody killed you, you can report a bounty, and they would accumulate a bounty like a big one. And anybody that kills them would take their head into the town, and you can get the bounty. And the thing is if you were flagged as a murderer, there's a penalty for dying. So if you died, you took a 20% stat loss for like so many hours based on how many people you had racked up kills with. So I don't remember the number, but this is imagine that like, say that it was like 2 hours for every murder you had. Say you had like 50 murders, you had 100 hours of a permanent 20% stat loss. So if you became a murderer, you damn sure didn't want to die ever one time in that game. So the stakes were very high when you were a PvE or PvP or whatever, and it was always exciting. It was never not exciting because I was in a guild of murderers, so all we did was like just kill people, and it was fun. And like when you died, it was you would like be so angry. And that was what made like games like that stakes were high. And then there was never a game like that again because MMOs became like, I just want to grind my gear and fight enemies, and so stakes were taken out of it. But Arc Raiders was like a game, or the extraction shooter is like a game that sort of like leans into that. Like there's some stakes to PvP. If you lose something. So it's kind of like leaning back in the direction of those old school games. There were people that would like send each other death threats in real life over Ultima. On the message boards. It was that crazy. Yeah. They would be like, give me my whatever back. It's a rare thing. And they'd be like, no, I'm not giving it back. So anyways. But yeah. Did I ever try Guild Wars? I did. I played Guild Wars 1 and 2. What's up, babe? Y'all, are your friends here crawfish today? 100%. Where are we going? Oh yeah. I want some crawfish. Do I want crawfish or do I want to work out? Guys, there's only one answer to that question. You want crawfish or you don't want to work out? Okay, one more short setup from MHP again. Confluences are not exactly there for me to want to take it though. Things are getting a little stronger on the support side. So what I use resilience as a gauge is that when we reject off of that open line, resilience is that strength of rejection because it's the market cap of stocks that are also gapping down and going. If that line is closer to zero, then there's fewer stocks selling off now than there were 20 minutes ago. So I tell myself with a less strong resilience, this white line here, that we're not going to break lows. So if I were shorting this again, I would exit my short literally right here. I would immediately get out right now if I was shorting. I wouldn't bet that we take lower lows with less market cap. This is a market cap weighted indicator. So you see how it's not breaking lower lows? Why would it break lower lows with fewer stock selling off, right? So I see it like that. So it's not strong enough for me to want to take it. But even this was like another 60-point scalp of whoever got this one. I'd be in and out if I were in this trade. I would be 100% flat right now. Doesn't mean I'm missing out on a big trade, but I always use my indicators to let me know strength and possibilities. So with resilience being slightly better, I don't usually think that we get a lower low with that. It's not breaking higher highs also. Yeah, I agree with you, sir. I 100% agree. We're kind of sandwiched in here. And with the way that it's consolidating, I very much think that it could probably have some volatility to the upside. So I'm done shorting this for now. I'm going to take kind of a break. I'm okay with where I am. Just going to kind of wait this one out a little bit. Rebirth of Darkfall. I checked that out. Okay. Yeah, I played Guild Wars 1 and I played Guild Wars 2. And in Guild Wars 2, for the first 3 years of launch, me and 2 other people ran the 3 largest PvP guilds on Jade Quarry, which was the top server of that game at launch in World v World. So we were actually like the #1 ranked server. We were pretty hard. I ran it like a business, dude. We had 24/7 coverage. We had connections and allies across the globe. I was so sweaty in that game too. I'm so nerdy. So yeah, we played a lot of Guild Wars 2. 600,000. Oh yes, sir. At the 600K mark. Easy peasy. So I'm gonna hold off on this. It could probably get some upside. Now, upside potential from here. I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking the long either. It's too dangerous to take a long. But I'm definitely not shorting anymore. I'm done with the short because resilience has now gotten better. Arbitrage is now positive. Something's moving to the upside. Every time ARB goes positive, I go to look at it, and we have Google, Nvidia, and now Apple is sort of playing ball there too. So we've got some big stocks flip-flopping down here at the bottom. It is consolidating with lower highs, sorry, higher lows, and lower highs. And so the question is, the greater fundamental is bearish, but I'm going to tell you the better bear pivot. What I like to say is the longer term monthly maps bear resistance is at the top of the bear zone here, and here coincidentally on monthly maps. So here and here are the bigger, like if I'm bearish the whole thing, that's the play. There to there is the play. This resistance becomes support off of the bounce here. If it flies up to there, I'm very willing to short it back to there and also close it out. Are you guys following me, chat? If it's not broke, don't fix it. There you go, baby. That's it. It's not breaking higher highs. It could just flip. It's volatility, so it can just flip pretty quick. Am I considering blue strong though? It's all still flagging as resistance up here. The DD ratio is 42. It's still less than half. It's all still resistance. Yeah. Let me look at this. We're gonna double check some volatility levels here really quick while we're waiting. Gold is down to $1.30, or sorry, 1.3%. I think we've been watching gold and Bitcoin to look at the liquidity. When Bitcoin was selling off and gold was selling off was like a telltale sign that everything's selling off. So that's actually doing okay. Oil has also reset a little bit of Last night's gap up, we went from 89 to 119. That's the craziest 20% move in oil that's retraced down to 10%. So the market's being a little weird right now, and that's okay. VVIX is obviously gonna be very elevated. I'd say it's probably in the 120s. Oh, actually, sorry, 140s. Jesus. So remember, market's gonna be extremely sensitive to anything that comes through the pipeline. You ask me what to do to say, Matt, make a trade. I'm still shorting, but I always short from higher highs. You know my rule. So from here, I'm always going to short from higher highs. If this makes an attempt to fill the gap, I'd be willing to short it from there. So 548 is that half gap. If you are a bigger bear, you are betting that this does not fill. That this does not fill. A bigger bull, you want the gap to fill and then test the half gap as support on the way through. That's the way that goes. Okay. Guys, don't forget to sub to the channel. It's your first time here. We're one of the biggest live futures trading streams on the planet. We're the only one that focuses strictly on live trading a real money account rather than just focusing. I do trade props as a hobby on the side, but mostly all my energy is put into real trading and teach you guys how to trade for real, how to go to the big money. You read it like you were yelling. You leave caps lock on. Yeah. He really likes to make sure that everybody knows he's serious when he posts. Text the wife. What do you want at the grocery store? Honey, stop yelling. I want Cheerios. You get your point across that way. Honey, you don't have to yell. Frosted many weeks. Pretty much inventory, lol. Have I never noticed time trades since buying at 10:15 since it worked well? 10:15 what time? What time zone are you in? Certain times will have more weight than others because other markets closing, opening, things like that. You know, 10:15, if you're talking 10:15 my time, you're talking right around the time Europe closes, so you're gonna get some movement. Other than that, I would say timing is a little random. The first 2 hours of the market, you're gonna get a lot of your volume, and then it declines very quickly as you get to after Europe closes. Within about an hour, volumes just dried up. That is the guiding mechanic in the last, like, our market open is our surge of volume, and then Europe closes is the second surge of volume, and then we have lunch, and then we only pick up about an hour or so, hour or two before market closes, pick up. Remember the VIX triple B level again? 20.17 for the March contract. Let me double check. 20.17, yeah. So that's continuing a midpoint. When VIX is above that, you're just gonna have sensitivity to news and events. You see how, like, when I was making that trade and I had like that 80-point drop candle there? This is what the high volatility is. The fact that I just got a candle like that and closed out was really quick trade. Europe closes an hour earlier tonight. Oh yeah, it's daylight savings time. I was like, so, like, when I woke up, it felt weird when I woke up. Like, my body still woke up at the right time, makes my alarm was going off. But look, I got the good stuff right here. But I'm downstairs, like, grabbing me an energy bar and, like, you know, taking out the trash and stuff. I was like, man, dark. They didn't register me. It's fall already. Like, wasn't it just Christmas the other day? Wasn't I just taking 90K drawdowns because of December? How the fuck is it March already? How's it even possible? What about Tabasco vodka? Tabasco in vodka, like a Bloody Mary? Or is there Tabasco flavored vodka? I've never had that before, but I'm not a fan of savory alcohol. The one time I ever had savory alcohol, I puked my guts out in my young 20s. I went on a date, a Match.com date or something. No. This is not a Match date. It was a, there was a guy at my office as an engineer, who was dating some girl. And I met her when we all went out, and she actually liked me, so I went out with her one time. And we went and had dirty martinis. I never had one before. My only time with savory alcohol, and I'm never gonna do it again. I don't know what it is, but it was like so salty, like someone went down and like scooped up some ocean in a freaking cup. The last I remember is waking up at home on the couch. Apparently that girl drove me home. I heard later on that I was violently throwing up in the bathroom. So never again. Like salty alcohol, I can't do it. So yeah, so apparently my date drove me home in my own car at like age like 22 or 23. For the longest time I couldn't even smell olive oil without getting that. You know, you ever thrown up after drinking too much tequila? You can never drink tequila again, you know? It was like almost the same thing. Olive oil would trigger that gag reflex, even the faintest scent of olives. To this day I can't eat olives, but I could do olive oil again. But man, I'm telling you, I was already kind of drunk a little bit, but just that one swig of that salty martini, that was it. That did it. There was like extra olive juice and extra salt in that thing. I don't know. So I can't do Bloody Marys. I can't do anything like that. The minute I have salty alcohol, I just... You did have Uzo when you were 18? You can't eat licorice anymore? No? You can't even the smell of chips, you hate it, right? What's the orange line inside MHP? So this other orange line is overnight dynamic MHP. We do two different calculations. This is the one calculated in the morning and the one that we're using mostly. We found out through just observing this over the years that the overnight estimated calculation, this is the one from the overnight, it changes because the Greeks change, but the overnight still acts as a pivot too. It's really weird. It's like having two different pivots that have the same confluence and same purpose. So this can be resistance from 502 and 464 at the same, and both your resistance as well. Are we a soju enjoyer? We are. I do like that. It's pretty good. You tried chili vodka? And see, it sounds like the same sort of story. Chili and vodka? I don't know, man. I don't really do vodka. I think like in general, if I drink anything, it's gonna be whiskey or scotch or gin. I'm a huge fan of like just bitter, herbal stuff. I don't think I ever have vodka ever in a drink unless it's just mixed in with the rest of it. Bacon flavored vodka? Was it like sweet, like maple bacon, or like bacon? Vodka sucks. Yeah, it's like drinking paint thinner, man. I can't. The smell of it. This literally smells like acetone to me. Arb came from tequila. Yeah, so I invented the arbitrage indicator while drunk at a wedding. The Arb indicator. So I created resilience, which is a market flux aggregate of stocks filling their gaps and its potential movement. And I was sitting there at a wedding, and the bride and groom, it was like a house wedding, a traditional Vietnamese wedding. It's actually called a tea ceremony. And we're sitting there, and they kept on saying, come on, come do shots. So we kept doing shots, right? And then we were sitting there, Idoc's parents and her sister and everything, they're all sitting at a table. We're all sitting there eating. I'm just like staring off into space, kind of a little drunk. And then she like looks at me, she's like, are you okay? You're kind of like being distant. And I was like, I'm good. No, we're good. Because I wasn't talking about it, I was just kind of like staring off into space. It looked like something was bothering me. I was just running numbers in my head. And so the minute I got to my car, I was like scribbling down these ideas. I was doing the math on the arbitrage indicator. I was like, you know, I can create a resilience that is not anchored necessarily to the redistribution zone, the one that can actually look at potential moves in real time and calculate it to the amount. So arbitrage is an indicator that tells you about how many points NASDAQ can move. Right now it says it's 5 and it says it's 0.4, not enough. But if arbitrage goes up to 100, then I know we have 100 points of potential. So the whole thought of I can create a resilience derivative that actually tells me how far it can move was inspired by 6 shots of tequila at a wedding. Yeah, I was just kind of like, it was like that scene in Sunny where Dennis is like, and they're like, then he goes, no, let him do his thing. And Dennis is like, I got it. Well, and he was talking about the, hold on. Let me see if I can find the scene. He goes like, hold on. I was basically doing that. The light bulb moment. I remember what episode that was from. I was like, had that eureka moment with it. But no, I went to the car and I was like scribbling down my notes. I was actually writing code in my head. So so that part of my brain still works fairly well. You coders in here know what it's like. So I create like compartmentalized portions of code. I'm like, yeah, this function, that function, this function. I'm gonna make 4 functions. Each one's doing this one's doing that. And then I go and I scribble down like I block out my pseudocode with plain English, function A, function B, function, and then I just write it out. Was it the Dennis method? Is that the one? Yeah. Thought all vodka was potato based. That's what I thought too. Are some vodkas made out of like corn or something? We would call that moonshine. Corn vodka. Really? Some are made of grains? Like, then what makes it a vodka if it's made out of a grain? Like, the mash is grain? Like, what's to keep it from being like a whiskey or something else? I guess the country where you are from? Okay. What's my favorite alcoholic beverage? Straight up, I would say I'm very big bourbon head snob right now. When it comes to mixed drinks, it's got to be whiskey or gin. That's it. My favorite go-to cocktail is a paper plane. Like I knock out one of those probably every day or two. I just love whiskey based anything. So I like sour, I like citrusy sour stuff, and I like bitter stuff. So that's exactly what a paper plane is. It's literally lemon juice, whiskey, and then 2 herbal liqueurs that are just like bitter and sweet. So it's pretty good. I don't really drink a lot of beer, but I love beer. I just don't have the option. I don't drink a lot of beer. But I love the way it tastes, mostly just because it just fills you up, and then sort of like, I'd rather drink a cocktail. I like mezcal a lot, so drinks with mezcal, smoky, sour drinks I like. Have I had an Indio beer? I haven't. No. Over 41 goes of alcohol. You're 54. I've not had a drink in 15 months. You're done with it? Yeah, like I'm not the when we go out and watch football with our friends, we get buckets of beer and we'll just kick back a couple. Super Bowl, I had like a couple beers, but like I'm beyond the days of drinking like, 10 beers on a Sunday. I'd rather just have liquor, man. It's more efficient. Gets the job done. But I'm more on a health kick these days. Okay, so Nasdaq is breaking a half gap with negative res. I'm gonna let this break out to higher highs, like I said from earlier. And there is a potential short setup from here back down to MHP. This is 464 to 550. Again, that's like 90 points. I'm gonna not take it, but I will 100% short it up a resistance at 680, 670. An MHP break can be very violent on the S&P. The S&P overshoot might take it into the liquidity pocket, fill the gap, and turn around. So keep in mind, let's look for those half gap plays off of NASDAQ on the gap down from last night. See this 584 level is that resistance. If you are a super duper bear and betting that this market's crashing, that's your crash point right now. If you're a more conservative bear like I am, I'm going to let it try to attempt to fill the gap, fade it back, test this as support, which means I'm going to let myself attempt to go to here. Anything higher from here, back down to test the support is what I want to see. So yeah, it doesn't want to go down today. And VIX is actually kind of like tanking a little bit, which is nice. At least for the longer haul things. We're not at lower lows for the sesh yet, but we're getting close to it. VIX pulling back, your V's are going to tighten up. And this looks like one of those days that can probably keep going. You can see that sort of, let me give you that red line right here. NASDAQ, I'm going to give you guys a key pivot level, 740, sorry, 728. That's an overshoot on the gap fill. And 728 puts us right up here in the middle here. So NASDAQ through here and through here is my bet. All right, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to hit it pretty hard too. Or you're right, you know, like once you get to be like 40s and stuff, like you just don't slam as much booze as you used to. But you know, like I said, I used to party very hard. It's kind of crazy. You know, I was the most likely to succeed guy in high school. I was captain of every club. I was the captain of the math club, for God's sakes. I was the nerdiest guy you've ever met. But I also did like to partake and party. I was smoking weed before I had hair on my nuts. I mean, that's how I was when I was a kid. Not anymore. I kind of stopped smoking in high school. I mean, sorry, in college. Once I discovered edibles and I started like smoking's bad for your health, so I stopped doing that. But I don't do much of anything anymore. I'm pretty much like super drug free in life. I'm very clean. I don't drink that much. I'll have like a cocktail every day or so, maybe one. When we got to raves and parties and concerts, I'll partake in other types of psychotropic type substances on occasion. But other than that, I'm pretty clean these days. I'm enjoying being healthy. Used to tailgate for hours and I have to pee every 2 beers. Bro, I feel you, man. I feel you. 100%. Like I said, my boys and I'd play Halo. We'd sit there and just drink beers all night and play Halo. Me and the Hee Haw boys. Now Matt takes blue chew. now I'm like chopping up a blue chew. Oh yeah, let's go. Work, damn it. Is it scenario flip bullish? When the war is over. Like, I can take long trades inside of here. It's just too dangerous with the volatility being high. Anytime VVIX is above 100, I'm very cautious on being long. Anytime VVIX is above 120, 130, 140, volatility is so sensitive to news, which means that the index is double sensitive or exponentially more sensitive to news. So when a high VVIX means VIX has potential to swing wildly, which is exactly why we're trucking along. And I got an 80-point candle in a short in a minute. That's what a high VVIX does. VIX can just rapidly expand like it's nobody's business. So when that's the case, I don't like to hold longs for long periods of time. I'd like to see something solidify, at least as far as like the war stuff goes. For me to be bullish, we need to flip in the dynamic of the script. We need the war to be over, or some kind of at least meeting to make a meeting, peace talk, ceasefire, or whatever. A small account challenge to 1 million. Yeah, I mean, I could do something like that too. That's what this was supposed to be, but you mean even smaller? Like take 5K to 100K to 1 million? Challenge like that takes years, by the way. To grind out 5K to 100K without gambling takes a year by itself. The 10x an account takes a while. The 10x this account is taking 3 months. Or not 3 months. It'll take about 3 months. So imagine the 10x and then 10x without messing up. You're talking about 6 to 12 months. That's a very long challenge. I've done it before. And I made it to 100K and then I stopped streaming to build Rocket Scooter. I took it from 6,700 bucks to about 100K, a little bit under 100K. on my last YouTube stream. Then I took a break from YouTube for like 2 years. So 6,700 to 100K took me 9 months when I did it in 2020. The first 70 days were a winning streak. I didn't lose a single trade in the first 70 days. It was all on YouTube. Huge event that we threw. I don't know if I ever want to do it again. It was crazy long. And imagine just sitting there at 6,700 bucks trading like $50 a day, $100 a day with micros. It is a slow grind. And at least I'd like to do something to make money. But my goal this year is if I make the million pretty soon, I have a good shot at beating Larry Williams. If I can take this to 11 million, then I'll be the Guinness Book of World Records. I could go for it. Although I wish there was a more solid bullish-ish market or bearish-ish market that wasn't choppy. 3 months of chop kind of put me behind, so it'd be kind of a hard thing to get there. And I'd have to severely over leverage. I already got my account minimums or my account maximum positions expanded from Ninja. They gave me double the size of the default, so I can trade up to 200 ES right now, and I can trade up to 100 NASDAQ, which is double their position limits. So I'd have to get them to keep expanding and I have to rapidly scale and go crazy. I don't know if I want to do it though, but I could. So my thought is after I get to 1 million, take 5 out and then take 500K and just keep growing with it. So yeah, take 500,000 to 10, which is a 20x from there. That'd be my goal. You guys are y'all are egging me on. You're like, try to beat Larry Williams. I don't think this is the year to do it, but I might get lucky. This war stuff, it's not going to be easy. It's definitely slowing me down a lot. December kind of slowed me down a lot too, and January as well. It's just kind of, but yeah, retrace on instinct. Yeah, I think. I think so. I think that the way it's pushing right now, especially if the resilience is about to be turned positive here, it's looking a little nice. And of course, no longer having a catalyst active, which means once we support and break higher highs, then your cat active line is the low of the day. It's gonna be very rare to recatalyze this. So now this is the low of the day. Now we have the position flip here. This is also the low of the day. So the range to trade from, this is now the middle of the range. I could take a coin flip from here, but I'm gonna wait. I'd rather take from here to there or from there to there. So now where this is gonna be my exit target on the next trade. I might grab a dip if it dips really hard to DD band. It's almost at 0.5 on the ratio, which is interesting to see recovery like this. 1K to 100K, bro, that'll take me a whole year to do, but that'll be the 10,000%. 1K to 100K. Yo, that would be like the best way to beat the, now that I think about it, that would be absolutely the best. I got it. That's the best way to get 11,000%. To YOLO from 1,000. Put in 1,000, YOLO, blow up. Put in 1,000, YOLO, blow up. Put in 1,000, YOLO, blow up. Put in 1,000, make 7,000 the very first fucking trade. That's the way to get 11,000%, not from a high dollar amount. The opportunity cost, treat it like a prop account. Just throw money at it until your first trade 10x's. Get 1,000% in the first day. And then trade it from there. In one trade. Yeah, go from 1,000 to 10,000 in one trade. You want to beat the record, you should cheese it that way. And then once you get your $10,000, then slow grind that to 100,000. Don't be spending 3 months to get your first 1,000%. You won't get enough margin, but you will to get. No. You absolutely with the discount broker at $1,000, you can trade 20 contracts with Ninja Trader. You can make $10,000 easily with 5 in a single trade. Get 1,000% the first day, and then slow grind it out. Build up a couple backup accounts the same way. Have them ready to go. And then just slow grind in case you actually blow up the other one. Just slam with the 0 DTE and 10x all in one day. Well, I'm just saying it's like the opportunity cost. If the goal is to get a percent gain, then it's better to lock in most of that percent in a low dollar amount so that you can just gamble really hard to get out of the door with 1,000%. Doesn't make any sense for me to take 100,000 to 10 million. It makes perfect sense to take 1,000 to 100,000 though. That's an easier, less expensive path because you can take more risk with little downside. If you're looking for percent gain, you might as well take a penny to a dollar at that point. Shit. Because the name of the game isn't just making it to there, it's doing it in parallel. I mean, shit, you can literally, I mean, I don't know who cares if there's the Guinness Book of Records give a shit about this. You can long one and short one in 2 different accounts every single day, and now every other day you're pre-prepped with an account that's already up 1,000%. Like, I'm trying to figure out ways to beat Larry Williams in like a month of time. Let's do it. I mean, let's just think about it. Look, we smart, think outside the box here, right? Yeah, so Charlie, you inspired me. How can we beat Larry Williams? Well, we can take a page out of the in a fucking week. We can take the page out of the prop firm arbitrage traders book, out of every streamer out there that trades prop firms. Trades one up, trades one down, shows you the winner. So make 2 brokerage accounts, each one charged $1,000. Or at the start of the day, long 5 NASDAQ contracts, short 5 NASDAQ contracts. One of them will make 10,000 by the end of the day. Maybe. Although you have to be very careful in volatile days, you're going to lose both of them. So you have to wait for non-volatile markets, fix below triple B, and it'll just trend one way or the other. Let the opening range take the break. So like about 70% of the time, when you break opening range to the upside on NASDAQ, you tend to go up further, higher and higher highs for the day. So wait for the open, break the opening range, support through it. Then right here, long in one, short in one. And then from there, once the volatility's died out, make your 1,000% a single day on $1,000. Take the account that blows up, recharge it for the next day. And every day, make that same trade off to the side to reload some accounts just in case you blow up the main one. Then now you got to trek from 10K to 100K, and then you beat Larry Williams in a month. It's not that much harder from there, psychologically. And then on the side, you're just building those 10K accounts from $1,000. In case you blow up the main one, get a couple other tries for the year. Should I try to beat the highest record in Phidias' competition record? Allows unlimited reset. Oh, that'd be cool. Take 100, yeah, 100 or take 100 to 10K. $2,000 margin for 1 mini, so you can do up to 5 with 10,000. Oh, that's true. Hold on. Yeah, margin requirements might be high in this environment. You still get $500 intraday margins with some brokers, though. We're just trying to figure out clever ways to cheese the world record growth without risking big money to do it. Ninja Trader was always $500. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. But sometimes they raise the minimum when volatility's high. So sometimes I've seen it. I've seen sometimes it goes to 1,000, sometimes 2,000. This depends. You saw a guy take 1K to 100K in a month in Forex. Yeah. No, but I might just, on this challenge, I might just, when I get to 1 million, I'll take 500 out and just keep trading. It's always smart to lock something in. But for show, I wanted to hit the 1 million mark just to show off. There's not really anybody else on YouTube that's trading high dollar trades. I mean, almost everybody on YouTube, minus a handful of people, is literally just horrible at trading. Like, not even just slightly okay. They just talk the talk. They're really not that good. So I want to show you guys what good trading looks like, I guess. So that's important for me. As you how to lose a million challenge. Oh baby, I'm gonna lose it pretty good. IDUC and I got a bunch of stuff for building this year. So we finally signed the paperwork. The fitness thing, that's a go. Currently right now we're designing a matcha tea shop, a custom concept from scratch. So instead of like franchising, we're gonna build our own. And we're gonna put that right next door. And then the escape room is back in place. Now I got the city that I wanted to open my escape room in, the other person's contract fell through. So I got in talks with them a little bit ago. So now I can finally get the escape room built. So that's 3 projects this year. Plus a commercial purchase. So the next thing is us and some friends are looking to invest in some commercial property. So I got a big year of building stuff. I'm gonna do construction side by side of 2 different businesses at one go to save money. So I got basically like the space we're gonna get kind of looks like this. And so we're gonna build here and here at the same time. Basically, the goal is to open them within months of each other. I got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, and then I'm releasing the prop scoring website. So I got a lot going on this year. Have I experimented with AI-based automated trading? I have not, purposefully, just because I don't think AI would be that good at trading, because AI is trained by humans. There's no like intuition that AI would have that humans wouldn't have, and humans are bad at trading, so AI wouldn't learn anything on how to be good at it. Like, while AI is good at doing things faster than humans, it'll just lose faster than humans, I feel. Like there's no, like the stock market has no identifiable patterns that work consistently. So AI's struggle to find a consistent approach on the patterns would ultimately fail. AI could probably be really good at managing risk and position sizing based on confluence to a system better than a human can. But other than like making your risk management more efficient, I think that AI would ultimately fail to predict the market any more than you can. So I would use AI only to just clean up a risk management strategy. But I wouldn't be like, AI, you know, develop a trading strategy for me based on 5-minute fair value gaps or whatever. It's gonna fail just like we fail with it. Yeah, as Drew had said, 100%. You really need discretion at every level, even with like my style, which has one of the easiest paths to automate because it's very rigid. I do the same thing at the same place pretty much every time. It still would be very hard to automate something like that because you still have to like have that one last wave of discretion where you kind of just like, it's like, I don't know, 70% system, 80% gut feel. 70% is like, okay, I should trade small. Okay, but I'm just not feeling it. Something else is freaking me out and I can't explain it. So maybe I'm not going to take the trade. That part AI doesn't have. And there's some kind of subconscious you're like drawn from, something that you might have remembered from the past that freaked you out. So automation is good, but I think that AI is going to fall just as short as the average person falls. It'll probably be better at managing positions and making sure you stop when you say you're going to stop and things like that. But I feel like it's going to ultimately get held up on trying too hard in a market that needs you to try less. And in reality, that's a part of trading that most people don't understand. It's that a lot of times you trade too hard. You try too hard to find some pattern in the noise that's not there. And like everything has meaning to you. Instead of just like me, I take the approach that this is random. Everything I'm looking at is random. I know there's a high probability that we hit that and sell off. I know there's a high probability that we hit this and bounce off of it. Okay. But at least I know in the randomness, I have some structure I can play on. But I don't look at this and try to say, okay, what's this candle saying? What's that candle saying? And the more you zoom in, the noisier it gets. So I feel like AI is going to struggle with like trying to find meaning in the randomness more so than a human would. It'd be more efficient at being inefficient, if that makes any sense. Like AI is going to discover 6,000 different patterns. Which one of these patterns would you like me to trade today? We have 4 different ones. And you're like, whoa, I only noticed one. So AI actually, I think, would have that ability to be more efficient at being inefficient, which is trying to find patterns in the noise more often. But like I said, I just could be naive to it. I've never really tried anything like that. So I don't know if it is really good at, you know, risk management these days. I really don't know. You want to be the guy who said yesterday was going to be a down day? Who was the streamer that stayed in oil from open to like 110? Wait, there was a streamer yesterday that was longing oil from 120 and they bag held to 110. Oof, who was that? Somebody held a 10% loss in oil? Jesus. Who was trading oil last night? Okay, so so S&P is gonna hit its support first, right up here. Half gap resilience is greater than 0, so we might actually get a play up to bear zone. 67.17 is my play to short from. So if it starts to pick up and hits this, I'd be willing to fade it back to this consolidation area like that. He went in with the buy at the open, whoever it was. Wait, who are y'all talking about? That's nuts. You know, I'm an oil trader by training. Like my original trading was in oil. My first started trading futures was oil. This was the time frame every oil trader loved. Like, oh yeah, finally making tons of money in oil. I'm not trading it though. I'm done with oil. I quit it cold turkey. The name of this game here, guys, is patience. I'm gonna hit the top of the bear zone and bet on the bigger bear market. I'll be right back. Bathroom break. Before you asked, yes, I did wash my hands. I'm just quick at it. All right, what do you got going on here? Oh, we got to play the Take Us Higher song. Guys, don't forget to, if you guys are supporting us and your journey as a trader and you want to support this channel, obviously use code ROCKETSCOOTER with all major props. We're creating a prop firm mathematical scoring site that's going to rank props based on all their offerings. Strictly math based. It's any moment now we'll have sort of the version that for you guys to test on. So I'm pretty excited about getting that going. But yeah, so as we're starting to expand, we have more streamers, more coverage around the clock. You know, you guys using our code, obviously, that supports, you know, Neon, Brad, the whole team, the whole prop scoring website team. So really appreciate you guys supporting us using our affiliate code out there because we're building stuff with it for you. Every other knucklehead out there, you use their affiliate code, you're paying their rent. You're buying their Lambos, you're buying their boats, you're buying their planes, whatever. But we take that money, put it to good use. We built a trading platform for you guys. We built software for you. We're building a prop ranking website for you. We're hiring new streamers for you. Supporting us over the next affiliate gets something back in return for you. In general, we're continuing to build stuff to help you in your trading journeys. Why do you think we won't fill the gap today? It's possible, but it's just the indications are that this war isn't going to end anytime soon. And whether it could fill the gap or not, I think that this is the start of a bigger down move. Until we finally hit a ceasefire or some meeting to have a meeting between the two forces, there's not going to be an end to the volatility. And VVIX being so high, it's just super sensitive to everything else. What is the Neon's PL last week? What do you mean? PL? We really appreciate you guys supporting us. As we expand and grow, we want to continue building the empire. We want to bring you guys like the most competent trading education on the planet, the most helpful, you know. What's Neon's P&L? Somebody said, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't ask him. You guys ask him when he comes on today. I think that just Wall Street is entered into a bear mindset until the war is over. Or until there's a meeting. It's just like the tariff thing with Trump. It's a Trump thing. Wall Street just does it because they know it's going to happen. This is year 6 of trading Trump, right? First go around, same stuff. It's just bad until Trump says it's good. You're just waiting for him to come out with a tweet or something, and then the market's going to move. And that's it. And Wall Street doesn't bet against Trump. They know that that's how the market moves. So I think that the market is still going to continue to be pushed lower because everyone's trading that side. We've learned our lesson. Ever trying to fade the president. If there's a war going on or there's tariffs going on, market's going down. The minute they figure things out, it's going to rally 5% in a day. But until then, it's just like be patient, short the ranges, short the highs. I thought PL stood for something else, like what's this party locale? Like where's this party? I don't know. I'm just, who knows what y'all are saying? Take us higher. Rocket scooter. Take us higher. I could trade these other two that I haven't put any damage on yet. Okay. It's a secret party code. Where's the PL? Where's the party location at? What's the password? New England clam chowder. Is that the red or the white? Jeez, I never know the answer to that one. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is a man. I was quoting Ace Ventura, by the way. Which you don't see a lot of people doing anymore. However, people when I was a kid used to say I look like Jim Carrey. Alrighty then. What's that I live in, brother? Dude, I'm in Texas, man. I'm in Houston, Texas. Bumblebee tuna. All right, Bumblebee tuna. Bumblebee tuna. Guano. Looking into Texas, you live in Cali right now, bro. Texas is it, man. Do you live in Cali? In question, you live in California, but you hate California? Don't worry, nobody's listening. You're safe here. You live in California and you can't stand it anymore, and you hate California. And you want like a radical change in everything around you. You want to feel different, look different, smell different, different politics. You go to Texas. You will fall in love with Texas if you're from California and you hate it. If you're from California and you like it, you're gonna not like Texas. From California, you hate it. Texas is that breath of fresh air you're looking for. Everyone I know came from California. It's like, oh my God, dude, this is like paradise out here. Politics aren't crazy. The cities aren't falling apart. You go to Houston, it's pretty clean. There's no... Yeah. I hate to give away the secret. I mean, nobody come here. It's horrible. Nobody come here. It's the worst. But... Well, when you come here, it's just like... And you come here from anywhere, really. It's like a breath of fresh air. And it's cheap to live here. The cost of living is very low. You don't pay state income tax. Property values is expensive, but it's much cheaper to live. You get a lot more for what you pay for. The McMansion concept was kind of invented in Texas. Put $1 million, you can get yourself a 7,000 square foot house with a movie theater, a swimming pool, outdoor kitchen for $1 million in the burbs. You'll like it. It's chill. What I like about Texas is like a huge melting pot of transplants. It's kind of lost a little bit of its like Texas culture, which is always like just sort of like oil boys kind of thing. But most people that are here have like transplanted here over the last 30 years to work in oil and gas or medicine. So it's kind of just like a giant melting pot now of just all cultures. And it's very much like less uber Republican, even though it's very Republican still. It's less like stupidly overly radicalized conservative Republican. It's more like, you know, 8 toes to the right, 2 toes to the left sort of Republican, which is just enough to feel comfortable and free, and not enough where you get to watch, you know, like in Texas, if a man walks into the woman's bathroom when someone's daughter is there, he's gonna get the fuck beat out of him by anybody sitting in that restaurant, even if it's not their daughter. It's a place like that where people are still kind of like, you know, get your weird shit out of here. So, how are my toes aligned? I'm mostly like 8 toes to the right, 2 toes in the middle. So, you still get that sort of like good old boy feeling down here where you feel like, you know, it still feels like a wholesome place to be. It's kind of nice. I don't feel like raising my child here in Houston. I've ever regretted being here or feeling unsafe or anything. Give away time, let's do it. Yep. Yeah, literally, like down here, some guy would beat up somebody like that, and then the dad would be like, thanks bro, appreciate it. No problem, just looking out for you. You really feel, just jokes aside though, not encouraging violence, but jokes aside, you will feel like people here it's very much like people are very kind to each other, more so than any city I've ever been to. Even the transplants in Houston, they're not that, they weren't born in the South, but it feels like they adopt that culture very quickly. It's a very, very loving sort of just everyone's chill with each other. And I think a lot of that comes from, we're so close to Mexico, and like Latin family oriented culture is so prevalent in Texas. Everywhere you meet are just like loving, hardworking people with good families and good family culture. You don't see a lot of like, it just feels nice. Hey, what's up? What'd you do?
I need to get back to, I need to go to work.
Bruh.
Oh, careful.
Wait, is this for me?
Yeah, but careful, don't rotate because it's sitting exactly.
Are these ranunculus?
Yeah.
And roses?
Yeah.
And
I don't know what these.
What did you do to this?
It just sprouted.
What is? I don't even know what this is.
I don't know what that is.
Whoa.
Does it smell good?
No, it has an like smell. It's interesting.
I'm gonna leave it outside.
Thanks for the flowers. What? I got flowers? Guys,
Yeah.
I got flowers.
I put them together. Tell them. I arranged.
We went to the store last night and bought a ton of flowers.
You guys like my arrangements? I found a new hobby, and literally, I'm not working because of this.
Yeah.
I've been obsessed. The whole house is full. It's like a floral shop down there.
It's like COVID all over again. This chick's picking up a hobby like every other week. It's crazy. I like it. Is that for me?
Yeah, but I put it outside because I'm
Okay. I like the I like kind of like the way that it's arranged in there. It just looks neat because the flowers are different colors. And you got the white coming out the top. Like, look, and I'm gonna tell you guys, and it's just as me because I have that sort of like, look, this looks like a face. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like it reminds me of Johnny Five at Short Circuit. There's like 2 eyeballs here and then a mouth, and he's got like a poofy hairdo. Hello, I am Flowerbot 1.0. Update in progress. Like I like it looks like a funny looking face.
I'm a novice, guys, so if you have any tips or tricks, let me know.
That's awesome. I really think that's cool looking. Where did we get that
Vase?
The vase from?
So I collected the vase from all of
the flowers I got you whenever I first met you.
Yeah, but I mean all of them. I kept them, and then now them.
I got you that?
Yeah.
Of course I got you that. I remember getting you that. Of course I did.
Next time when you buy,
I have good taste.
Next time when you buy me flowers, make sure the vase is an interesting vase. Okay?
Because you're gonna reuse it?
Yeah, like this is so interesting. Don't use basic shit. And the flowers can be basic, but I want the vase to look awesome.
I like it.
Guys, I'm turning into a woman.
A grown woman. You're adulting.
I'm adulting. I put the Pilates clothes away.
I think that's nice. That's really neat. That's gonna spruce up the top floor here. Thanks, Dollface. Appreciate it.
Eat your breakfast.
About to. Johnny Five is alive. Didn't look like Johnny Five. I am Flowerbot. Need more input. Short Circuit. Show me movies you watch on an airplane. Bing! Short Circuit. That's it. Survey says. Anyways, back to the talk. Texas is a place that you're gonna feel a very like, it's not as southern culture anymore, like I said, because it's kind of blended now that transplants moved in. It's not gonna be like southern like in Arkansas, but it's gonna be like you're still gonna have sort of like that sort of like you got like go to a bar on a Sunday when football game is playing. You will leave that bar with 20 friends you didn't even know. Just walk up to a table. Hey guys, I brought you a bucket of beer. Or really go in Texas. College football is playing any day over the weekend. Walk up to a random table with 2 buckets of beer and say, hey, I just moved to your city. I got some beer. I want to make some friends. And you guys are going to be friends for the next decade. I promise. That's what it's like. You'll love it. People are like, welcome to the table. I feel like anywhere else you go, people are going to be like, this is our table. No. You'll enjoy it. Very friendly place. There's a bunch of different cities you can try out. Austin, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. All 4 of them are absolutely different from each other. The way I describe them in one word is Austin is like college town. So it's like hippie-ish. Austin's the bluer of the 4, I would say. If you're almost like, you know, fitness oriented, live music oriented, you're kind of very open-minded. You want to be more, you know, 5 toes in blue, 5 toes in red. Austin's the way to go. Austin's very open-minded that way. San Antonio is Mexico. It's like Latin culture, Mexican culture. It's a really cool place. It's just kind of the most boring of, oh, maybe not the most, maybe the second most boring of the cities. Dallas is the most boring. You want to have just like a suburban lifestyle and raise your kids. Dallas is the way to go. And Houston is kind of like, you still want some nightlife. You still want the big city feel. Of all the 4 cities, Houston's the only one that has the big city feel. While Dallas is a big city, it just feels like a big neighborhood. So you want like nightlife and clubs and fancy restaurants and stuff like that. Houston's the place to go. You want the most touristy of all the cities, San Antonio is the place to go. But, you know, San Antonio, you feel like you're in a different country sometimes. It's kind of nice. Now describe Amarillo. Well, that's where the South is still alive, my friend. Go to Amarillo. So I was born and raised in Houston, so I never left. But it's just because it's like a great home base. It's not going to be your favorite city you've ever been to. Like you go to Chicago or you go to New York City or you go to like DC. The city just has so much more to do. But when you're in Houston, it kind of feels like it's like the My Funded Futures of cities. It's like you can't really find a big flaw in it. It's like top 3 in every category, I feel like, if you rank it. But it's not like number 1 in any one specific category. So overall, it's at the top, you know. Something that kind of just hits in all categories pretty well. I like the food scene here. It's becoming like crazy, and that's why I like it. And then, of course, you have an international airport. You're a 2-hour flight from Mexico. You're a 2-hour flight from Florida. You can fly anywhere pretty much from Houston. And so... Oh God, I remember this song. Hold on, I'm gonna play a different one. Let's go higher. Oh, that's the Christmas version. Hold on. All right, I want to play the Christmas one. I want to play the real one. So Houston has no, Houston is a static account that gives you like a 15-to-1 draw on a price ratio. Now the question is, do we take the bear zone short? Is that overtrading? PD ratio is still 47. I can take a shot. I can take a shot. Let's put a 5 spot on S&P and use Nasdaq to scalp. And let me hit this in a couple of my prop accounts here. I'm not a big fan of this short though, but it is a short setup worth taking. The bet that we stay in bear zone. Now, if we break through this, it's bullish for the week. So that's kind of the gamble here. Is that we still maintain the bearish push. Ooh. 644 to 670. I am a little early on the Nasdaq. I put S&P just as a scalp on, it's just as a hold from here down to here. We've got about 28 points, give or take. Let me run a giveaway while we're chilling here. Guys, hit that like button, sub to the channel if you haven't yet, friends. Appreciate all you guys turning up for us every single morning, supporting the channel. I love you more than you think. And because of that, we're gonna do a little giveaway. Starting off, let me go ahead and clear the participants here. ETF, first time we only give away an elite trader funding account every single day. First one we do, be a 10K account, end of the day drawdown. Pretty cool. Don't forget Rock Scooter code. Keep using that everywhere you go because we utilize that code use to kind of bargain with our affiliate partners to get more and more and more giveaway accounts going. Now, resilience just went really positive, which is what's kind of scary for me here, that could actually go up and fill its gap, which is why I'm not taking too heavy of a position. This is kind of possible middle of the road, and I'd be willing to hit it very hard on the gap fill. 35 points up on S&P with 5. If it does go up to 40, I'm down about 10K here. And if that goes up to, Jesus, like 200 points here, I'll probably be down about 20K if I hold all the way through it. Problem is that I want to close below here. My first stab is betting that we reject off of it and sell. All right, you guys, type that in. We'll get ready to go. Second. My confidence in this is maybe 60-40. I'm not hitting it with 50 contracts. I'm hitting it with 10 or 9. My confidence is 60-40. Resilience is greater than 0, which means half gap can support for gap fill. This is a really strong pressure. And with this being greater than 0, this may not resist. This resisting requires this to be bearish, and it's not that bearish right now. That's a problem. It's on the edge. Ladies and gentlemen, it's giveaway time. You guys know the drill. Smash that like button really quick. Who here is first time in the stream today? The first time you guys see me trade? First time you hung out with us? Just curious. First timers today? Simon Dean. Okay, mod on the first day, man. That's a promotion of the ages. All you guys here. We do giveaways every day on the stream, so don't forget to hit the like button. More likes, more giveaways. Current trade, like I said, about 60-40 on this. It's right now is actually building a really strong support here, right underneath my feet. So I'm not super convinced that we sell off just yet from here. Willing to take the risk of the greater warm market, but we are holding that bid there. Resilience is very strong, became stronger with some gap fill moves. Is that barely got anything on it? But positioning and waiting for the right moment is what's really important. You guys see how I just waited for the right moment here? Ideally, what I'd like to see is a fade resistance from here down into this area. This has been consolidating the whole way up, though. The problem is with no arbitrage either, which means stocks are actually rallying. So in this junction, we need to check to see where the stocks are going. Make sure they have resistances as well. See, Nvidia has nothing to bounce off of. AVGO has nothing to bounce off of. Maybe Amazon. Microsoft maybe, because there's some bounces here. Things can bounce off of these areas. But a lot of the bigger stocks they still have room to move to the upside. Like I said, Google still has room to go to 300. It's a big green candle out of nowhere. That's what I'm kind of worried about here. I wanted to see DD ratio a much less than half. Like I didn't want to see it at 0.5 at the top. That flipped the confluence to support here, right? I hit this in one of these zeros. I hit it in both, but I closed out one of them. I wasn't too certain. So I shorted 5 contracts in 2 of these zeros, and I closed out one of them very quick. So basically, I'm only engaged 5 contracts here and 9 contracts here to the short side. Bonanza, rocket scooter stirring up a stanza. So what this bet is this confluence ratio at the top is a bull bear bias ratio. Greater than half the market's actually got bullish potential. The stocks are bullish. This bear zone resistance on S&P is based on S&P options. And we bet that the S&P stays in its own bear zone if the stocks themselves are also bearish, which they actually are just now flipping to the edge of bullishness. Another thing, greater market monthly resistance is 67.17. And greater market monthly resistance, and this is from monthly maps, is also right here at 670. So this is a bet against the monthly maps bear zone. And again, I'm not very confident in it the way it's building up. And I'm making a little bit of cash there, but it could be better, right? Half gap as bigger support through here. If I get from here to here, I'm pretty good. Even if I get close to here, I'm pretty all right. I might want to just take 40 points of this and call it. Man, I know I make this look so easy, somebody said. I'm just very patient. I waited for exactly the right moment to take a stab at it. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself to overtrade this. Volatility is still there. Let me double check VIX liquidity map. 640. Like I said, I'm okay with getting 40 points and calling it. I don't really need a lot. I don't really care to take it too heavy. I've just taken a scalp off of that. Like I'm losing my confidence in this. I'm still holding on to the prop account though to let it fall. I just wanted a quick 40, and that's it. If it falls further, okay, I don't have good confluence to really hold on to it longer. This is a 1-to-1 scalp trade. I'm gonna let it still figure itself out. We still got room to move to the upside. I'm a little nervous to short this. Okay, but I did lock in for another 6,000, 5,000 there, and I've still got the one prop account going. With positive resilience here, it's like it very much, I'm counting my blessings holding short inside of here. Like, I think it can still do this. Call it intuition. If I miss out, I miss out, but I have a feeling it's still going. Do you guys feel like it's still going, or is that just me? I feel like I got good with that pivot, the first round of the pivot. And you see how I shorted it at exactly the high? That's what Rocket Seer is good for. I got the exact right spot. I'm in and out. 5K to my name. A little bit better than it was. You think it's still going, right, Moreno? I think I agree with you. This is going to melt to the upside. Or is it just gonna crush or just collapse to the downside? Just reacting the oil. Think it drops back? Yeah. I just don't want to over trade this. Like, I'm very happy with what I have. And actually, I have 5 contracts to the short side here. Let me go ahead and trim that down to 1 and hold a runner. I'm up 4,000 in that account. So this one is 4,000 right here. The one that says 0. So I made 10,000. These are all TPT Pro accounts, 150K. So I had 10,000, 5,000, 4,000, 7, 4,000 here, 40K here. And then I'm limiting my funded next to only making or losing 2,500 a day just to maintain the balances and then build up to take a prop. I haven't taken a payout in a while with funded next. I've just been continuing to build buffer. I've been spinning my wheels a little bit in this choppy market, just sort of like going up, going down, going up, going down. Do I prefer to scale into a position or out of position? If the price moves towards your bias direction versus against, I don't, Dokkan, good question. Sorry, Doktan. What I don't do is when I'm winning the trade, I don't ever add risk at a less efficient spot. I like to add risk to build a bigger cost base. As an example is, say I wanted to short 10 contracts. I jumped in 5 right here. And then once it went higher, I jumped in 5 more to get my cost basis higher. And as it starts going in my direction, I'm more likely to trim to get this money back. The hold again to add to it there to get back in. And so I can play it by using extra money to raise a cost basis when I'm shorting or lower it when I'm longing. But I never am like, okay, the market's going in my favor. Let me jump in on some more shorts here. That's always the worst decision because your cost basis lowers and you have bigger risk in the middle. You should add bigger risk as close as you can to the pivot rather than into the trade. So I'm one of the few traders that actually doesn't teach adding to winners. I'm always taking off of a winner. I'm trying to use my money to dig myself out of a loser more so I am adding risk at an inefficient spot. See, like right here, I had 5 and now I'm holding on to 1 runner. I closed out 4. Now I got 1 to hold. If the market collapses, then I got 1 contract in this account. I got 4,000 profit locked in with a runner of 1. If this goes against me, I've got 3,000 locked in. I can close out. If it just falls all day, I can make $8,000 if it crashes. So I'm using that philosophy of using my confidence to scale out of position. The indicators are sort of going against the short right now. It's not showing that it's going to still crash, which is why I took what I got and then closed it out. But it makes sense, right? It's a different style. Okay, I'm gonna spin the wheel in just a second. Different style when people would normally, you would see people teach, because a lot of people like, once I'm confirmed that I'm winning, let's win more. But I know that people that do that also don't share the P&L over time. All right. Actually, you know what I mean? All right, you ready for this? I'm spinning the wheel. Because when you add risk to the middle, you're basically just taking a dumber trade. It's like jumping into the trade right there. Is my prop firm comparison site ready? Dude, it is almost ready. Y'all want to see some mock-ups of it? Let me show you the latest mock-up. Ignore the fact that it says Apex because this is just a graphic he picked. Apex is definitely not ranked as a 9. You'll be able to put in all your parameters, your trading stats, your own trading stats here. Search for every single type of thing. Then it's going to show you the props with all of their scores, difficulty score, return on investment, drawdown per price. And this is all based on the mathematics of the firm. You guys like it? Been working very, 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 very hard on this. There's a 5-point scoring system: difficulty, price for time in market, ROI value, drawdown per price, and then an overall score, and then a review score. You can rank by the different features you care about. The score is the overall value. Return on investment is about how much payout you're expected to get spent on the time and market. Drawdown per price is how big of an account you get for what you pay. Price for time and market is the better value for the speediness of your payout. You don't want to trade long periods of time. You want to pay out as quick as possible here. You want the biggest payout possible here. You want the biggest drawdown for your trading strategy, that's here. And so you'll be able to filter by different mechanisms that allow you to pick the right prop for you, exactly the way you want to go. Do you like it? Thank you. Why is Apex given such a high score? No, that's fake. That's not real. Those are dummy numbers for the design. Trust me, Apex is the worst ranked prop firm of the Big 20 so far. Their end of the day drawdowns rank lower than everybody. That's just a fake number that's in there for colors picking. That's the design mock-up. He just chose Apex, probably alphabetically. It's at top of the list. He just grabbed the first one. All right, ready, guys? We're gonna spin this wheel. This is for ETF 10K. Then after this, we'll do another giveaway in a little tiny bit, so stay tuned. Yeah, definitely. Apex ranks pretty poorly. Their end of the day drawdowns on a scale of 5 to 10 rank in the low 5s. It's almost a 0. My Fund of Futures is better. Fund of Next is better. Tradeify is better. Lucid's better. TopStep is better. They're all better. The trailing drawdown comes in about a 7, which is better than it was before their update, which was a 5 as well. Slightly better, but 7 is still just remarkably mid-tier. Comparison for trailing drawdowns, take profits in the 9s. Nobody in this world should ever choose Apex over take profit. Apex gives you so much less value for your buck compared to take profit trader. It's the undisputed king of trailing drawdown accounts. Nothing comes even close to it on the scoring. Simon Dean, you fucking cheater. This guy, I'm telling you, dude, you got to keep an eye on him. Hacks, dude. The mods are hacking the drawing board again. All right, guys, like I said, I cut out of my trade a little early. I'm still not feeling it with the confluence. Now the confluence is picking back up on S&P for some selling pressure. Positive monthly hedge pressure resilience. This orange number here, we know turns this orange line into support. So this is support. Now we're going to chill for a minute. In about 10 minutes, don't go anywhere, anybody. In about 10 minutes, we'll do one more giveaway. If you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, we'll do even more. How about that? In a couple minutes. Woo, baby. I need some new glasses, man. These are scratched up. It's crazy. We'll do another one in a little bit. Cue the Simon Dean song. All right. I think it's called, it's I Want to Be Banned by Simon Dean, but I don't know if it's like a, here we go. Don't piss him off. He bans faster than anybody else out there. He's got a ban hammer that swings at the speed of Thor. You see how I was hesitant to hold on to the short? It is consolidating here, but it's you are still getting some confluence differences. Nasdaq is definitely showing support from there. S&P showing resistance from there. The range is actually tightening up. Again, pick your bigger fundamental bias. My bias was that we're closing below here, and that's all I wanted to bet on. Do I bet that we're selling off from here? I'm not anymore because we have two supports underneath us. So half gap is now support on Nasdaq. 6692 MHP support on S&P. So I probably cut it out in the middle, but I can't be upset with making 40K today. I'm okay with that. That's a pretty good gain for a $570,000 account. I'm plenty happy with that. Don't be saluting like SK. Wait, does SK do that? I'm not gonna lie, I've never watched his show or stream. I don't know what he does. He's hard to watch or listen to. I wasn't trying to say that. You were saying that. But yeah, I can't follow him. It's so hard to understand his thought process for me. And I guess it goes against popular opinion. He's very popular and people love him. He's a good streamer. He's very good, very entertaining, very knowledgeable, but man, I can't follow him. I always tell you guys like it is. I think he's awesome. I think he's a great trader. I think he's awesome. I just can't keep up. Too much for me. At night. See? My gut feeling was there. I knew it. Fucking knew it. I told you. I told you. He's too smart for me. I like to think I'm smart, but some people are just too smart. You get lost trying to follow them. They're smarter than everybody, you know. So it just like overwhelming. What some of you guys are saying in chat, I agree with you. I'm just not saying anything about it. Yeah, I'm hyper ADHD. I kind of just I squirrel out to 100%. Now that I don't take Adderall anymore, I'm super like I'm easily distracted by something that's more interesting to me. So here, right? I like I said, I could feel that I could just feel intuition kicked in on them, but also the confluences weren't there as I'm in the middle of explaining it. That's why I cut down the short. I still have my runner of my one short NASDAQ contract. I'm still up 3,500 of that account. I can update the photo for you guys. Hold on. Again, I could feel that pressure there, but hey, there we go. Maybe it will sell off. Who knows? So I got in, like I said, I closed out the one that's red. I got in and I was like, I'm just going to close out because I don't want that. I don't want it in 2 accounts. So I shorted 5 and shorted 5. I immediately got in and got out. So. Or actually, no, this one I think I actually shorted 2, not 5. And then I was going to do 5 and I closed out. I think that's what my memory is telling me now. Yeah, for me to watch somebody on YouTube, I'm only going to watch somebody that shows their trades. And there's very few people that do that. I have no desire to watch somebody talk about stock market or talk about the market or shout at things when they happen. I want somebody to talk about a play. Show me a setup before it happens. Show me a rationale. Show me why you're doing what you're doing. Let me see your position size. Let me see your stats at the end of the day. That's the only kind of trader that's going to capture my attention. And I mean, that's the needle in the haystack. That's rare. There's a guy named Matt Cowart that does that. I'd watch him every day. He shows me his entry. He points at it. He tells me why he got in, why he got out, why the size. See the balance on the screen. See the account number on the screen. That's important to me as a trader. And when I'm looking for people to watch, I will only, my standards are there at minimum. Man, I'm glad that I just took a baby short. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take a big one. Rips does that. Wait, Rips does what? Yeah, Rips trades on stream. I've seen him a couple times. He overlaps our stuff, so I never get a chance to really watch while it's live. Try to identify the levels before I trade them and why they're important. New here without watching hours of the video. What's the fastest way to see all of your strats? There's a couple of videos pinned at the channel top that talks. It's like maybe like a 2-hour video that goes over everything. The quickest way to learn the strats is our boot camp, which obviously is a 20-day kind of grill you, but that teaches you all of day trading in general. The best way to learn the quickest way possible is to be here in the stream and just ask me questions like you do. Super quick. There's a process we do. The indicators we have here are all volume prediction tools, and we stack a bunch of them together for max confluence. There's no technical indicators, no trending indicators. You ever heard of a kid's song saying "Eat blue chews"? There's a bunch of degens in this community, I swear. So liquidity map, what this actually is, it's a framework of where the options landscape distribution is. Let's turn off the goofy song while I'm talking. Options distribution creates just natural pressures on the market from hedging. So we call these hedge pressures. Essentially, at a certain level, you're just going to get some rogue volume coming in due to hedging. And so we exploit the idea that we can find that in the options market and trade futures off of it. Liquidity map will basically balance where the options are spread around and show you pivots due to options. A great example, this monthly hedge pressure support is this green line right here. And it's supported by the fact that at the same time, we're watching where the landscape is with the index that I'm trading. I can look at what all the stocks are doing at the same time. So down here, each one of these lines, this orange line, this green line, this white line, this blue line, has a confluence indicator separately that goes with it, which looks at an aggregate of what the stocks are doing. An aggregate just means bunching it together. So down here, you can see that when we're at this orange line, it can be resistance or it can be support. Which way do I want to bet? And what I do is right here, I come and look at the orange line here, and I can see that on a scale of minus 100 to 100, this orange line is definitely greater than 0, which means it's more likely to support than resist because the stocks themselves are gamma positive. So I can use this to find possible setups, and I use the real-time version of this to tell me what the stocks are doing. Does that make sense? So that's in a nutshell what it is. Each one of these is predictable high volume from some neat technique that we've invented. A lot of them are exploits from the CME Group's own mathematical processes that govern and run the market. Others are looking at options and other neat things, gap fills. These are all procedurally things that cause high volume. So we're known as the volume prediction people. Why I shorted from exactly there and put $6,000 in my pocket in 10 minutes and waited all morning to get it was because it was the only bear resistance that had a chance. These lines being bullish right now, then everything here is support, including now a support. This zone will normally say resistance when that confluence is less than 0, and it's not, so therefore it's support. So now I had in the middle of my trade, I knew there's a high volume pivot there, the greater bear pivot, and as it's trying to sell off, we have these support pressures pushing it up. As you see, these white and orange lines are greater than 0. That's the pivoting at the white and orange lines. So if orange line is greater than 0, you can draw a line like that. If orange line is less than 0, you can draw a line like that. The words will flip-flop on the screen to say resistance when those indicators flip over. But as you see, this morning when I executed this trade, or a little bit ago, this said resistance and this said support and this said support, which means my resistance can go just to there or just to there. 2 trade setups. This is the reward for the risk I'm going to take. And I decided I'm going to hold on to it for the bigger fall. If this becomes resistance, which means this white line goes below 0, I'll hold on to it for it to fall all the way down to there. But as I'm trading, this started pulling back. This got even worse for my short. This pulled back. This did not pull back. So then I go, okay, let me close out of the short. So basically what I'm doing is I'm using my structure to find pivots, and I'm using what the stocks are doing to tell me what the index is going to do in one bite. That's it. This trading strategy has won me 2 trading competitions last year. I competed in Pat Whelan's BDH, got first place. I competed in ETF's month-long October competition, actually 2 Octobers ago. Got first place in that competition. Rock Scooter team here competed in Tradeify's Grand Cup and got second place amongst all the influencers as well. We all use this strategy. It's volume prediction and confluence and arbitrage. And that's it in a nutshell. Pretty simple. The arrows tell me where to long and short. These indicators tell me here how much, how confident am I? Eat blue, choose, do. So as an example, I was betting on a bear market pullback because this indicator was less than 0. It's right here on the side, but as you see, as I'm engaged in that short, it goes from 45 to 46 to 50 to 52 to 59. So now it's going against me. You see that? So I got out of the short very quickly with profit in hand. So this is what makes our strategy very strong, because it's looking at actual internals of the stock market doing the same thing. You get access to MHP line for your charts. Yeah, so you go to the description of the video, has all the information. You can go here and get all the information there. And this is the link. You actually click this link here. That's that second link I posted in chat. I'll give you all the information. So we are like the early pioneers of the gamma exposure field. You see a lot of people talking about gamma exposure now. We're one of the early people to create something for that. In a nutshell, we do market maker gamma exposure, which is what these levels are we're exploiting. Somebody said another short from here. The thing is that at this place, confluence is even worse than before. So I don't think I'd get a lower low, but it very much can. On the greater bear market, yes. What I'm more willing to do is probably going to do this one more time. This is getting better. This is very much possible now. I think that's what we get instead. So chat, do you guys understand what I mean, right? Like these indicators at the bottom are telling me like directional biases at each pivot. The blue line has blue line. So there's resistance here on NASDAQ from the blue. But the white also has support. It's conflicting. Simple as this. Greater than 0 means this way. Less than 0 means this way. So this pivot has two things that are saying it goes up and one thing that says it goes down. Three different independent pivots stack on top of each other. This top of this gray box, this white line, this blue line. When you have a cluster of pivots like that, breaking the tie, two of them point up and one of them points down, which is why I was saying it's kind of 60-40. I don't really feel it anymore. That's why I'm saying 60-40. It's like 2/3. 2 out of 3 are pointing against me. I wasn't as confident anymore. That's why I only hit it with 9 contracts instead of 50. If I had like triple confluence to the downside, I'd hit it with 50. So because I had confidence that I could get a scalp in there, but I wasn't certain it's going to sell off, and I had 2 indicators pointing against me, I hit it with 9, took a quick profit. I'm in on the short here. I'm out on the short there. That seems to be like the perfect setup, right? And that's kind of how I trade. I'm very quick at it. I'm very good at it. And if you just watch the stream, you'll learn how I do it. Let me delete this really quick. Yes, sir. So all these are starting to flag support here. So S&P has resistance up here. I'm going to miss out on this leg if it does sell from here to have position here. If we go to here, oh, I'm going to hit this bad boy hard. So, okay. You want to do one more giveaway? One more giveaway. What do I have to give away today? I give away a ton of accounts on the stream. Oh, so Funded Next, by the way, finally caught up last night. We've been hitting a slow spot with those guys. They've been dealing with some updates internally with like a bunch of stuff. So they got behind on the giveaway accounts. They finally caught up last night, by the way. If you guys have been waiting on your Funded Next giveaway accounts, they finally caught up last night. Thank you, Funded Next, for doing that. They were busy. Yeah, Funded Next is one of my favorite prop firms to trade with. I really enjoy trading with them. I'm trading with them right now, actually. Oh, solo? Yeah, so did you send me the picture to matt@rocketscooter.com? Yeah, send it to me. When you try to sign up, is it having that issue? Let me know. Anybody here that tries to sign up on the website, let me know if it's having some kind of issue to check out. I still have my runner of 1 contract. I haven't closed it out yet. In the bull zone. So I shorted 5, closed out 4, and I'm just holding on to the 1. I'll stop out right about 700 with it. Boogie in the bull zone. Actually, I might take profit here. I think that we do this, and then back down to here. The same thing with S&P. I think we do this. It just has this feeling to it. It's not that volatile anymore. Let me work our way lower. I think we do this. Does that look like a good plan to wait for the extremes? Like wait for a higher high to short from. I get used to like trying to always wait for higher highs to short from. I never try to short from double tops. I never try to short from previous resistance. And shorting, I like to get in at a higher high to short from. It's always been my trick. That next resistance, 6740 S&P. I already shorted from here NZT. So when I shorted from here already, I don't like to take the second trade twice if the confluence has gotten worse against me. Now, DE's pulling back a little bit, which is kind of nice. But resilience is still getting stronger. I'm not seeing the, oh, sorry, it's 50. It's not really giving me stronger resistance signals from here. That's the problem. Boogie in the bull zone. Ooh. Man, I'm so excited. It's crawfish season. Ooh, we're gonna get some crawfish tonight. Yes, sir. First crawfish of the year. That's like a weekly, sometimes bi-weekly tradition down here. If you are not from Texas or Louisiana, you're from the north, you never had crawfish before, you're missing out, man. It's a fun little, it's more like an event than it is a dinner. I've ever been to the Huts. What's the Hut? Turkey leg hut? That place. Not big into crustaceans. Me neither. But crawfish is an example. Is that like crayfish? That is crayfish. That's correct. Jimby's off Westheimer, best crawfish. All right. Wait, how far off of Westheimer? Like way out west? Those crawl boil videos are a mix of being grossed out and needing to smell at the same time. I think it's just such a customary thing down here. It doesn't gross me out to see the little mud bugs. I have a chili crab in Singapore. Visit here. Okay. Sonic, if I come out there, man, I guess show me around. Crawfish is good, and it's not just because of crawfish. Like in the crawfish, you've got potatoes and sausage and corn, and some people do raviolis. It's basically like the flavor of all that seasoning and all the umami that goes with the crawfish. Crawfish themselves aren't necessarily spectacular. It's just eating like little lobster tails, and it's a lot of work. But like when you get your crawfish, you're like drinking beer, watching football. It's swimming in this like soup of like salty, spicy seasoning, garlic and butter. Oh, nothing's really, there's like, I'll be the first to tell you, there's nothing special about crawfish that makes it like, oh my god, it's the best food you ever have. It's the seasoning. You put that seasoning on anything. You eat the potatoes out of a crawfish pile, just as good. Best potatoes you ever had. It's the seasoning and the company. Yeah, that's kind of the way to phrase it. You look at a table full of people just wearing bibs and I think y'all, like you Northeasterners, do the same thing with like crabs and lobsters, don't y'all? Satish 2717. Don't you Yankees up there do that stuff? Crabs, crab boils and lobster boils or whatever. Same thing. It's just down here we're poor in the swamps, Louisiana, Texas. You know, in the boonies, we don't get the good stuff. We get tinier versions that we get out of the ditch. Same thing. You Yankees have this thing called lobster. Y'all eat the same dirty bug crustaceans we do, except y'all get the fancier ones. Literally, when I was a kid. Congratulations, Satish. You've won a 25K rapid account with Fund Index. Let me tell you guys some of the deals we have. We'll do one more in a little bit. Use code RocketScooter over here. Like I said, we hired 2 new streamers. We're building the prop scoring website for you guys. Using our code supports all of that. That's like the income that comes from affiliate. Like most people out there, you're literally paying for people's like golf clubs and boats and fucking cars and stuff. That's what they're doing with the money you spend. With us, we're on this massive desire to kick back to you guys as much as we can, building tools, giving you more stuff, prop website, hiring new streamers. I want round-the-clock streamers. And so supporting our community by using Rock Scooter code, whether you watch anyone else or not, is going to turn around to buying you and building you cooler stuff for you to use as a trader. We've hired a whole bunch more people to build out this stuff, and so we really appreciate you guys supporting us. We're gonna do one more giveaway in just a teeny little bit. It's not gonna be fun to next, but congratulations. Hang out for 5 more minutes. We'll do one more. Currently going on right now, Tradeify's got a 30% off with code Rocket Scooter. MyFunded Futures, 20% off their rapid plans. Is one of the best plans out there. Also 20% off. ETF is running 80% off their static and non-fast track. Static is probably one of the better accounts if you're new. One of the easier accounts to pass. If you have a hard time passing, you should try that. Binance standard 10% off going on with all their accounts. But they had their Bolt promo going on. I'm not sure if it's still there. It might be over already. They did have a promo for their Bolts, 20% off or 30% off, I think. It looks like it's over. Okay, Futures Desk is 60% off there. Take profit, 40% off and not pay activation fee. Code Rocket Scooter. 60% off Phidias, standard there. 40% off Lucid. By far is one of the fastest growing prop firms out there. Everyone seems to love Lucid. And that's it. Those are going on. The East Code Rocket Scooter everywhere across the board. It's Rocket for Fun to Next. So that'd be nice. Thanks for supporting our community. What's up, Adam? What's up? All right. I don't know what this is P&L wise, but let's use yo. See, it never adds up the number at the bottom. That's so weird. Add 40,102 to that. So it looks like I'm taking away today $74,000 profit today. GG's. Good deal. These are take profit 150K pros. These are Fund Next 100K legacy accounts. Think Nasdaq will support a hedge pressure? With positive DD band, it's very possible. Plus this upper consolidation that's just melting higher, it feels like a melt. Somebody was saying it earlier, that we just suddenly melt up on a volatility collapse. You see VIX is just pulling back and VVIX is pulling back a little bit. VIX, with VVIX pulling back, VIX doesn't have the potential for this to become spontaneously volatile again. This looks like it is supporting for a bigger run up, which is crazy. Like I think that this high is not broken today. So up in that range, I'd be willing to short it back into the lower trajectory here. So one giant green candle, one red candle to finish is probably the hope I have. And I'm not super confident on that red candle either, but what I've drawn on the screen is what I think we're going to see. Or at least what I'm going to bet on. Let's go on at Zax. All right, guys, one more giveaway. Y'all guess what it is? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Oh, it's one of our favorites out there, Tradeify. I love Tradeify. I'm live with those guys, by the way. If you guys are like watching prop traders out there do their prop trading, I'm kind of like do it as a hobby. I'm not really like, I'm not going to lie, make too much money to be a prop trader. So, you know, a lot of people out there, these, I call them the payout princesses. All these people with like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million payouts. They're barely making any money at the end of the day. They're not making millions and millions and millions a quarter profit. What's up, buddy? When you make a lot of money trading, you would never want to trade a prop. Makes no sense to. Hey. But it's an easy place for people to hide their losses and hide their expenses and pretend that they make millions trading by showing you millions of payouts, not showing you the millions they paid in. Right, Pickle? Right, Pickle, buddy? You tell them. You tell them. Prop trading is the easiest. Back in the day, the influencers used to scam people by pretending paper trades were real. Now they just pretend paper trades.
Are you baby talking?
Now they just pretend that their payouts is real profit. They don't tell you how much they paid on taxes and fees and resets. But they're getting the newest batch of paper traders getting paraded around like they're champions of trading. So I don't really trade props that much. It's a place for people to build themselves while they're building up. Once you can get the money to escape it immediately. What's up? What? What are you gonna buy me?
I'm going to go to Home Goods and shop stands.
Oh, yes, yes. Amazon said. Oh, you know what? My plant, that corner. Oh, we have the thing up here. Okay. Try it out first, and if not, then buy something. Yeah. Use the smaller one instead of the beefier one. There's a small one and a big one. Okay. All right. All right. All right. She likes to pretend that she's baby girl. She's a doctor, okay? She always like, give me your card. Like she got her own money. But it's cute. I like, it makes me feel like a big shot man. I'm like, there you go. Freaking eye doctor over here. Don't need money. Yeah, I have one of the little ones here. The other little one I think is inside the big one. They slide into each other. Try the little one. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, the big one just feels like it's too big. Yeah. Okay. You down with MHP? Yeah, you know me. Let's play the I'm in Long song. Type in Tradeify, guys. The way I turned around was like a busted look, like she heard me say it. I was like, wait, what? Yeah. So the fitness thing is a go, by the way. The paperwork is signed as a commitment. We are now entering the world of fitness as part of our businesses, and it's her and my first business together. We both have things that we both do separately. This is kind of cool. So it's one of many things. We're gonna be opening like a bunch of fitness studios or franchising a brand that we want to bring to Houston that doesn't exist here. That's huge. Where it is at, it's huge. So we're really excited. The build out's going to be beautiful. We've got our lawyer and our broker negotiating with the landlord right now. Be your first membership bash, bro. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you know because I trust you, but you know where Montrose and I-10 are, right? It's that area. So it's a little far north from where you are, but it's not far from you. It's that busy area. You know, there's like the Kroger and stuff over there, that area. But yeah, we were gonna make our first one in River Oaks. So we decided to make our first one in Montrose. That's my old stomping ground, man. Come over there. You trade me some, bro. Give me some steaks, and I'll give you free fitness and free matcha. It probably is an uneven trade there, though. Your steaks are gonna be pretty much 5 times the cost of the coffee. But all right, guys, hit that Tradeify, type it in chat. We'll do spin the wheel in just a little bit. He wants free accounts. That's even better. Every time we're out that way, we always try to stop by, but we have like the closer HEB to us now is the Heights. They're about equal distance, but Heights is like faster to get to because we're right on the freeway. And that traffic, dude. Montrose and Dallas, because of that Muslim center they're building there, that huge thing, they've narrowed it down to like 1 lane. They're building like this huge I don't want to say it's like a church or a mosque. It's like a cultural center, but it's the freaking size of a basketball stadium. It's huge. And they're building it like right in the heart of like Montrose, Houston, which is like where coffee shops and museums are, and like 100-year-old houses. It's like tiny little speckled, you know, cultural, artsy sort of area. Boom, giant Islamic arena. I don't know what they're gonna do there, but it's huge. Like I'm talking like you walk by and it's like, whoa, what is this huge thing they just built here? Massive. So traffic's gonna be a freaking nightmare over there. On Montrose and West Dallas, man, it's gonna be crazy. It's already, the construction's already made it crazy. But kind of cool. There's not like there was never anything there for the longest time, just some big old empty field. They'll have indoor soccer. That'd be kind of cool. I think it's more like they'll hold services, and I don't know much about what they'll do on the inside, but it looks like it's like designed to seat thousands of people. Maybe there's going to be a museum. Like, I have no idea. I'm excited to just see what it turns out to be. All right, type in Tradify, guys. You do indoor soccer at your Islamic center? Really? That'd be pretty sick. Like, so it's just like a cultural center for people like hang out, join clubs. It's not really like a church or anything, like I'll call it church, but it's just more like cultural hangout. You can hold events, hold things, kind of like that, and you can pray there, obviously. It sounds cool. Although I hate where it is, because where it is not conducive for like massive amounts of tens of thousands of people driving in and out. It's really like, it's on the corner of like streets with like 2 lanes each side. And I can only imagine just backed all the way up for miles when there's some event. You can't get home, you can't get through there. Why can't they build it like close to the freeway? I don't know. But that's where they picked. And also like the least Islamic place in Houston. I feel like you'd have more folks closer to like Galleria area rather than Montrose. Is just like, it's gentrifying. It's just not a doesn't have a lot to do there. It's just like old houses that are getting ripped down and replaced with townhomes. But Houston is weird with zoning anyways. All right, spin the wheel. Like Houston, you'll have like a skyscraper next to a bunch of houses. It's really weird here, so that just makes sense. Fair warning, Friday would be pretty bad. Wait, what happens on Fridays? Am I Muslim? No, we're both Catholic, me and her. Beauty Monry. I'm kind of like a non-practicing Catholic. I'm sort of like, you know, cultural Catholics, we call them. Like, we just kind of were raised in church, so we go. But I'm more of like an open-minded spiritual person, that I'm cool with everybody's beliefs equally. So I don't really have a, I'm not very preachy about that. I think everybody's stories are interesting and everybody's religions are interesting. All right, Beauty Munri, Satish, Simon Dean, you guys know the drill. Winners. All right, go to the Discord in the description below the video. Click on the link to get you to Discord. In that Discord, giveaway's over. There's a contest channel. In that contest channel, talk to an admin named Slacks. Send him a screenshot of your YouTube ID. That way we know that it's you. He knows that you won. And then he'll hook you up with your accounts and then tell you all the way to get it. Make sure you have an account with these firms already. Make sure you keep using Rockstar code. Keep going forward, because it gives us more giveaway accounts to give away. We do giveaways all day. I'm on my stream here. I go to MyFunded TV in about 5 minutes. So join me over there. I'm doing a giveaway. I'm the host of the lunch hour on MyFunded TV. It's a prop TV show. And then in the afternoon, we come back over here. My boy Neon will be streaming on this channel. In the evenings, Brad will be streaming on this channel. These guys are fantastic. Brad hit record numbers last night, the biggest stream he's ever had. Dude, growing and growing. He had 500 viewers in there. I mean, he's just, Brad's literally taking over the nighttime slot. I love the two guys we picked. Man, they're great. Somebody said life is hard enough without imaginary friends calling the shots. It's funny. But yes, sir. All we got to do is just like love each other. That's a religion. Yeah, just be cool. 2 rules of life. I'll tell you before I get out of here. The 2 rules of life I live by is rule number 1, just be cool. And number 2 is don't be uncool. And if you live your life by like those 2 rules, you're going to have a very good time in life. It's a good way to be. All right. Roxy will integrate with NinjaTrader. We haven't started the NinjaTrader portion of this. We're just now wrapping up Go charting first. And NinjaTrader's next. Is that cool advice? Yes, sir. Just be cool and don't be uncool. All right. Years of being here, still can't win a giveaway. That sucks, man. Like the odds. Well, I mean, statistically, I mean, well, I don't know. Your odds don't really change, but you're overdue, I bet. Any fix for automated overnights? Yeah, we're still working on that. So it took them. Now I had to yell at them because they weren't really pushing hard for this. They kind of got slacky on this. The test thing that we're setting up to test the raw data, they finally got around to getting it done last week. So now we got the data coming in this week for me to analyze. Try to find where some of the errors are. But different MFTV hours today. Oh, let me double check. Let me make sure I don't have to share. That's a good caught. Hold on. Hold on. You guys are scaring me. Doesn't look like there's anything different. Now I'm the same. Okay. I'm the same. You just got your charts. How do I change them to the current month? Oh, you need to type in, so 2 things. Number 1 is if you want futures data, you need to connect your futures data through here. You have a CQG account. Currently right now, if you have a real brokerage account, you can tunnel futures data into this. After this, you're going to be integrated with NinjaTrader and Go charting some other places next. Maybe wealth charts, I think is the next one we're going to do after that. And then Rocksuit will be available in places you already have data. Currently right now, you have to connect a brokerage account that has data. Most of us have like an AMP account that we use, that we put money into, and then connect our AMP account through here. And then you can load up the tickers. So the ticker for any futures contract is in this table right here. Click on this chevron at the bottom to bring up the bottom menu. And then click on the 3rd option from the left that says RI/DD. And that'll give you the tickers you type in right here. And this will load up the current month's chart. That's what you're looking for. Why does MFTV not change with daylight savings time? Because the market still opens at the same time. It doesn't matter what time that is relative to the sun. It's still the same time on the clock. So it's not like they decided to open an hour earlier before the market. It's still the same schedule. All right, I'm out. I love you guys. Great trading day. I'm up 70-something thousand on my path to $1,611,000 and the 100K to a million challenge. Boy, I shut them trolls up quick, didn't I? Number 1 on YouTube for a reason. Click that link below. Generic handle Haver is posting that. If you guys click that link, you guys can follow me live to My Fun TV. I really hope you all come over there, hang out with us for an hour, then come right back over here and hang out with Neon. We stream all day, all day, all day. So click that link and join me over there, guys.